Let's get this started. See what's popping here. Let me make sure this is on. Let me make sure this is on because this thing be acting crazy sometime. But anyway, what's good, people? What's popping? What's the deal? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So today we're going to be talking about the dangers of not understanding the game. Okay? Because, you know, a lot of guys out there, they are not really making shit happen because they're out there not knowing what they're doing. You understand? Sheldon, what's up, yo? What's going on? Remember, guys, the call-in number is 646-481-3901. What's good? Who we got up here? Savage D, Chris Martinez, what's going on? So yeah, man, it's dangerous out here to not understand the game. And what I've noticed, you know, for a while is that you got certain guys that just don't know what's going on when it comes to a lot of shit. You understand? And you guys seen, you know, in the news recently, your boy Rob Kardashian, I was talking about that the other day, how he was getting played by Black China. And, you know, this is what happens when you don't understand the game. RBN, what's good? So this is why it's important for you guys to understand the goddamn game. This is why it's important. This is why we do this. This is why I tried to tell you guys that you need to understand what to do. What's going on? Who's this? Ronnie, what's popping, yo? What's going on with you, man?
All right.
Chilling. Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from Miami.
Miami, that's what's up. What's going on with you?
Yeah, all right. I got a question.
Right.
You know, because you did a podcast the other day about, you know, about approaching women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but my question is, can I approach a woman in a very tactful way?
You said, can you approach her in a tactful way?
Yes.
Yeah, you should approach her in a tactful way. What do you mean? Like how? Give me an example.
Like, say I walk up to a woman and I say, "Excuse me, I don't mean to hold you up, but I got just a couple of seconds and then I'm gonna let you go, and then I say what I have to say."
Right. Well, you could do that, but because I had another dude hit me up with an email like that, the same way he was saying, you know, should I say excuse me first, or should I, you know, what should I do? You could do exactly what you said. But what I was saying in that video is that it's all about how you do it. You feel what I'm saying? So
right.
if you're saying it and it's seeming like, you know, you're nervous, or it's seeming like, you know, you're the type of guy who doesn't really talk to women a lot and you don't really know what to say. You're not really, you understand? Because the thing is, this is what a lot of guys got to understand. When you approach a woman, she a lot of times is looking at her value and how she views herself based off of the type of guys that approach her. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're approaching a girl and you sound nervous and you sound like you ain't never talked to a girl before and you're not confident, she just off the strength of that, she's going to reject you because she thinks, damn, is this the type of guys that I attract? Is this the type of guys that I get? You understand? So if you approach her and you approach her on some confidence stuff, you're like, Susie, miss, look, I don't want to hold you for real long. Look, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So you're saying it in a way where you're coming out with it smooth. You're coming out with, you know, what you're saying in a more smooth way. And you're not coming out with it as like you're, you know, nervous or you're scared to say what you're saying. So basically, you can say literally whatever you want. All that matters is how you say it. You understand? And the vibe that you're giving. So I always tell guys, you know, it's best to sort of, you know, in general, have an idea of what you're trying to do before you even approach a girl, because then it comes out a little bit more, you know, smoother. You understand? Now, you don't have to practice or think about exactly what to say because each conversation is unique, but what you want to do is you want to have like sort of an idea. Like, let's say if you see a girl and you see her walking real fast or whatever, you want to be like, okay, I see that she's walking real fast, so let me quickly try to make something happen. You understand? So in that situation, in that situation, you might not want to be like, hey, excuse me, miss, such as such. You just want to get to the point. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you see a girl sitting on a park bench, then you might have more time to, go into a lot more things. You see what I'm saying? So it all depends on the context. It depends on the situation. But at the end of the day, it's about how you basically come at it. You feel what I'm saying? And how you say it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. Yeah, that's what it's about, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
All right.
So definitely just do that. But what I would say for you is, and for any other guy, no matter how you start, right, you want to make sure that you are getting to the point as soon as possible. You see what I'm saying? So you could say, excuse me, miss, I don't want to take up too much of your time, blah, blah, blah. But you have to be able to make sure that you're on point with it as soon as possible. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to drag on too much. You don't want to be like, excuse me, miss, I wanted to, I didn't mean to bother you. I just want a second of your time. Like, all of that takes up too much time. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, you could say that, but you want to make sure that it's flowing so well that it seems seamless. So when you see a chick, you be like, excuse me, miss, real quick, blah, 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 blah. So you're already getting to the point at that moment. You see what I'm saying? So it's really the flow of how it goes down. You see what I'm saying? It's all about the flow. You see what I mean? So that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Yeah, man. So anything else? You got any other questions?
Yeah, I got one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like you said something about the vibe, and I understand that because the thing is, I wanted to know, like, if I don't feel nothing, if I don't feel the girl, even if I see her, if I don't feel her, I don't approach her because I don't feel her vibe. I'm not, the vibe ain't there. So what I wanted to know is, if I see a girl and I like her real bad, that's when I know I can go up there and approach her.
Right. So you saying that should you feel the vibe first, like as far as her feeling you or you feeling her? Which one are you talking about?
Both.
Well, the thing is this, if you see a girl and you can tell she's checking you out, she's choosing you, you definitely want to go up and say what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because she's showing, signs. But I always tell guys, don't wait for that, though. Because sometimes, a chick might not be checking you out like that. Or she already checked you out and she did it on the slick and you ain't even know. So now you don't even know that she chose you, but you're going to end up not doing nothing because you think she's not choosing you. So I always say, go for it anyway. Also, a lot of times, chicks sometimes choose you once you start interacting with them. So at first they probably wasn't paying attention to you. Then you approach them, you start talking to them, and then they start to feel you. You see what I'm saying? Because the way that a woman is attracted to you a lot of times comes through the actual interaction and the experience she has with you. You see what I'm saying? So I would say if she's choosing or not, still approach. You feel what I'm saying? But as far as you saying that, you want to make sure that it's a chick that you're really, really feeling, I would say that, when you're first starting to, like, get used to talking to women, you just want to talk to as many women as possible, no matter if you're feeling them or not, just to practice. You feel what I'm saying? But once you start practicing and once you start getting the hang of it, then, you start being a little bit more picky. You understand what I'm saying? But then you don't want to be too picky, because then what happens is that sometimes guys rationalize their fear of approach by pretending they're picky. So they're like, oh, I'm not gonna approach her, she ain't that hot. I'm not gonna approach her, she ain't that hot. You feel what I'm saying? So you don't want to get into that type of mode. You feel what I mean?
So practice talking to everybody.
Right. Because you want to be able to get as much practice under your belt speaking and talking to women, because the more you do it, the more it's going to become second nature to you. It becomes a habit. You feel what I'm saying? And then once it becomes a habit, and then you see that really hot girl, then it's easier to talk to her. Because if you don't make it a habit and you only talk to girls once in a while, when you see that a really hot chick you want to talk to, you're going to freeze up because you're not used to talking to women. You see what I'm saying? But if you're used to talking to women and you see that hot girl, it's going to be easier to talk to her. And when you talk to her, she's going to be most likely feeling you more because you've already been skilled in communication with women. You see what I'm saying? So it all works out in the end if you are practicing daily on interacting with women, talking to women, and getting your muscle up like that when you're doing it. You feel what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I never used to do it like that. That's why. See,
right.
Now I know if I see any girl, even though she don't look that good, I could just talk to her anyway, just to practice.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what you
Wow.
gotta do, because
Okay.
you have to
I
be
know.
able to practice, because the thing is this, is that when you practice, right, um what it does is that it gets you in a mode to where you're able to just do it off the cuff. You see what I'm saying? So it becomes a
Yeah.
thing where you're not even thinking too much. It's just sort of automatic. You have your subconscious already is on point. So whenever a girl says something, you have something to say back. You already know how to communicate back and forth. And also too, your anxiety of talking to women goes down, because you're not as scared or nervous as you was before, because it becomes an everyday thing. It becomes something you do. So then once it becomes something you do, then when you start talking to these girls, they can feel the fact that you know how to talk to women. They can sense it. They can see it, which makes you more attractive. You understand what I'm saying? So, because you got to
Right.
understand something. A lot of girls get, like I would say probably like 90% of the guys that talk to women don't know how to talk to them. You see what I'm saying? So what
Yeah.
happens is that they are constantly bombarded with guys who don't know what they're saying, who's nervous, who's scared, who's all over the place. So if you're the type of dude who knows how to talk to women, it already makes you look way more attractive in her eyes than most of the other guys. You see what I'm saying? And that comes
Right.
from you having that practice. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. That's the thing that a lot of dudes don't understand.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? So that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's definitely what it is,
Yeah.
man.
Cause I used to be picky. Like I used to not even talk to the ugly girls. Now I could start doing that just for the practice of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to do that. You got to do that. You definitely got to
Okay.
do
Okay.
that.
I get it now. I get it now.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah. So just
Yeah.
keep that practice up, and then keep doing what you're doing. And then the thing is that the more you do it, the easier it's gonna be, and then the more girls are gonna get, because you're gonna attract more women, because you are that dude who knows how to make it happen. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it is, man. That's really what it is. That's what you gotta do.
Okay.
Definitely. I need to find
Yeah.
that fucking. It's hot as shit up in here, man. Like I'm up here burning up in this room. I gotta get some to wipe my shit. But yo, I appreciate you calling, bro. All right.
Yeah. I thank you for the advice.
Definitely, man. I'm gonna holler at you.
All right.
All right. Peace. Later.
Peace.
Oh man, y'all calling up like crazy today. Yo, what's going on? What's popping? Who's this? Hello. Yo, you gotta turn down the volume on your joint, man. Yo. Alright, I'm gonna have to let this dude go, because he... Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Man, this deep pain out of San Antonio, Texas, man.
What's going on with you? What's
Man,
popping?
shit, man, I had shit, man. I just became one of your listeners not too long ago, man. I just been following your work, trying to fix as much game as I can.
That's what's up. So what's going on with you?
Ain't nothing much, man. I'm an Uber driver, man, but I just got one quick question, man. It's a question been bothering me for the longest time, man.
Right.
Why do dudes who don't prefer to date single mothers catch a lot of heat, man? Because it's like, I've gotten so much backlash for feeling that way. I'm like, man, I'm 27 years old. I ain't got no kids.
Right.
Nothing like that. Again, most of the girls I came up with, they're married, got kids, some shit.
Right.
And everybody keep telling me, man, you gonna end up being a lonely dude, being that way and all kinds of shit. I'm like, man, but why should I accept that when, okay, I ain't got no baby, why should I accept hers?
Right. Well, that's...
Can you explain it down a little bit more for me, man?
Right. That's just all a shaming tactic to get you to really holler at them. You understand what I'm saying? Because, see, the thing is this, is that, you got a lot of women out here who are single mothers. You feel what I'm saying? And so, what a lot of them don't understand is that since they're a single mom, you understand, they're not as desirable generally as a woman without kids. You feel what I'm saying? And so they're in that competition with those type of women. So the thing is that since they know that, right, what people will try to do is they'll try to shame you into basically dating them, because they know that as a single mother, they have to step up their game even more. You understand? And the thing is, they don't want to have to do that. They want to be able to do the same goofy stuff that they were doing before they had kids, or when, you understand what I'm saying? But they can't, because now they got kids. You feel what I mean? Like, now it's like, okay, you know, because let's say, for example, you got one, you know, because some of these chicks, they be looking good or whatever, you know, they look good, but then you find out they got a kid, and then in your mind, and in a lot of guys' mind, they put them down a peg. It's like, okay, she was a 10 on the scale of 1 to 10, but now I give her an 8 because she got kids. You feel what I'm saying? So they know that it lowers that value. You see what I mean? So now what they're trying to do is, they're trying to say, oh, well, you know, you should mess with single mothers. This, you know, when you get older, a lot of women are going to have kids and yada, yada, yada. But listen, there's a lot of other women who don't have kids. You understand? So don't let them fool you with that. There's younger chicks who don't got kids. You understand? So don't let them fool you with that, right? And the thing is, if you're going to mess with a chick who is a single mom, she has to be given 100% cooperation. You understand what I'm saying? Like 100%. You feel what I mean? So yeah, don't let them fool you into thinking that you just gotta go and settle for this and this is just how it is and all that other nonsense. That's all straight shaming tactics. You feel what I'm saying? That's all straight shaming tactics. Don't do that. Don't let them get you.
Speaking of that, man, like me dealing with, I ain't gonna lie, I've dealt with a few chicks that had kids. Right. Only that one because I just wanted to fuck them. That was it.
Right.
But it's like, what I find out is that most of them, they play just as many games, if not more, than when without kids.
All right.
That's what I found out. Mm-hmm. And also, here's my last question to build upon that. Why do men who do date single mothers, why are they considered simps? Because I've heard that right too.
You said, why do guys who date single mothers are considered simps?
Yeah, I've heard that too. So
right.
I don't know.
Well, see, the thing is just dating a single mother doesn't make you a simp. You understand what I'm saying? It's more so, really, a simp is more about your attitude about things and your outlook about things. So the thing is, you know, if you're dating that single mother, and she is belligerent and she got an attitude and she's on some BS and you're still putting the pussy on a pedestal, you're doing all the other stuff, then that makes you a simp. If you're bending over backwards, doing all this other extra stuff, that's what makes you a simp. It's not necessarily just dating a single mother. It's more so, you know, what is your thought process when you deal with that woman? You understand? And that just goes for any woman. It could be a single mother or not. It's just that, what is your thought process when you deal with women, generally? And that's what makes you a simp. It's more so like how you feel about women. It's more so if you look at women as a prize, if you look at women as people who are better than you. That's how simps do it. You understand? So a lot of times why they would say that these simps date single mothers is because a lot of times these dudes who will date single mothers, they will sort of bend over backwards for the single mother. They'll do a whole bunch of stuff for her and the kid without her actually doing anything for him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no sort of reciprocation. It's just him doing everything. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's what makes him a simp. You know what I mean?
Okay, got it. Loud and clear, man. I'm just trying to prevent another Rob Kardashian kid Black China situation.
Exactly. No, real talk. That's because that stuff that happened. That's why, you know, and that's what I'm talking about today, where dudes got to understand how important the game is. Because if you don't understand the game, you're gonna get caught up because you've been conditioned to, think about the game in a certain way. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, certain dudes got to understand what the deal is. You feel me?
Hell yeah, and I was raised my grandparents, so I'm a young dude, but I'm still got a few old school ways from them a little bit. I'm slowly trying to let that shit go. Right. Because the time is changing, and I got to get with it to get lost. And I'm trying to get with it. Fuck all that shit. So, yeah,
exactly.
Man. That's why I'm trying to pick up as much games as I can, man, to get my shit back on point. So I can be good out here, man. That's it.
Exactly. That's what's up, bro. All right, I'm going to holler at you, man.
Already.
All right, take it. All right, what's popping? Who's calling? Hello. All right, 281, your number is something's wrong with your number, bro. I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on, so you got to call back. Anyway. But yeah, man, these what's going on in the chat room, people? We got dudes what 212 Oh, Johnny is in the building. What's popping? What's going on? Oh, Johnny, I'm gonna hit you with that email later too. I got the email you sent me. For Life One Deep. What's going on? John Eastland was good. But yeah, you know, the thing that guys gotta understand is the game or understanding the game is real serious. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Let me see who's this. What's popping? Who's going on? What's going on? Who's this?
Mr. Locario.
What up? Who's this?
This is Mizan. I'm not from United States though.
Oh, where were you from?
Well, I'm currently in Qatar, which is in the Middle East.
Oh,
damn. And I'm so honored to speak to you, sir.
That's what's up. That's what's up, bro. So what's going on with you?
I have a couple of questions. All right, I'm gonna get straight to the point. I don't want to take too much of your time. Since the topic of the video is how to not be naive about the game, my question is, for a dude like me who isn't really that experienced, how do you make game part of your lifestyle?
Right. Well, this is the thing. What people gotta understand. First, you gotta understand what game is, or having game, I should say, right? And having game is really all about having a strategy to get what you want, right? Now, understanding the game, when we talk about the game is basically life. So you're talking about understanding how life works, understanding how people work, understanding how things work, right? So the thing is that what you need to do, what you would need to do is you would need to immerse yourself into different situations. So let's say, you know, we talk about the dating game here. So we're talking about, you know, attracting women, getting girls, and all this other stuff, right? Now, there's so much information out here. Not just with me, but just with other coaches, with other guys talking about attracting women, all this other stuff, right? So when you take in a lot of that information, right, you understand it and you study it, right? Now, as you're studying it, you have to go out and you have to try it out. You have to test it out. You have to see how it works for you. You feel what I'm saying? And so once you start doing that, you start to notice certain things. You start to notice certain patterns when it comes to interacting with women. You start to notice the difference between what women are saying they want and what women actually do. You feel what I mean? So, for example, you always hear, like, if you ask any girl, you'll be like, so what type of guys you like? Most of the women will say, oh, I want a nice guy that treats me right, treats me with respect, yada, yada, yada. You feel what I'm saying? But then when you step back and you look at it, you see a lot of women who will be with guys who treat them like crap, right? So then what that's telling you is that, okay, this is what the game is about. Like, what women say they want and what they respond to is two totally different things. So if you're understanding the game, then you say, okay, it's not that you got to be a jerk to women, but you got to understand that what women really actually want is a guy who is just doing what he wants to do, doing him, instead of a guy who's going to be a super nice guy who's accommodating to her every move. You feel what I'm saying? And so understanding that, that's what you implement into your strategy, into your game. So you say, okay, you know, I notice that women, you know, they're not going to gravitate to the super nice guy that's going to give them everything they want. So you know what? Even though I was thinking about doing that because I thought that was the right thing to do because this is what the women were saying, I noticed that that's not what's getting them attracted to men. You understand? And then so when you look at guys who get girls, notice their behavior, notice what they're doing to get women to interact with them. And so usually what it is that these guys are literally just doing whatever they feel like doing. So if they feel like calling a girl, they'll call her. If they feel like not calling her, they won't call her. If they feel like, you know, seeing her, they will see. If they feel like not seeing her, they won't see. If they feel like saying something to a certain girl, they'll say whatever they feel like saying. You understand? And so they're not scared to lose her. They're not scared to, you know, they're not scared to basically offend her or whatever it is. They're not scared of anything when it comes to dealing with women. So those guys usually attract more women than the guys who are trying to be super nice, super accommodating, and all this other stuff. And that's because those guys who are doing their thing, they understand that this is what women want. They actually are attracted to guys who do their own thing. And then understanding that is part of understanding the game, understanding how you fit into that. So you say, okay, I'm a guy trying to get girls. What's the best way for me to do it? Okay, I noticed that guys who do this, this, and this usually get girls. The guys who do this, this, and this don't get the girls. Or the guys who do this, this, and this get taken advantage by women, and the guys who do this, this, and this don't get taken advantage of. So it's really all about you studying the game and observing like different things and different aspects of the game. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So you know,
that's
what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about.
Thank you so much, Mr. Locario.
Definitely, man.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. How do I get your ebook?
My ebook, you can go to mrlocario.com and you click on the store page. And I actually have a link to it. I'm gonna have a link to it under this video, but you can go to mrlocario.com right now and then click on the store page on the tab on the home page, and then it has all of my products, DVDs, books, all the stuff that you need. You know, you understand what I'm saying? And also make sure if you get it when you get a chance, make sure to check out the Bad Boy membership, because I have a lot of stuff on it that'll definitely help you step by step. You listen to it, follow it, and you know your game is gonna be stepped up like crazy. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So definitely, man. Yo, it's good. Thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the advice.
That's what's up, man. All right, I'm holler at you. Peace.
All right, have a good time.
Yeah, man. All right, I had someone from 617 calling like crazy. I was like, God damn. All right, call back. The line is open for a second, so call back, and we will make it happen. But anyway, you know, let's see if I could, you know, get some shit in before somebody call back. But oh, I can see. There we go. Another call. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, what's up, Mr. Locario?
What's up? Finally, 281. I got you going. You know, I can hear you. What's going on with you? Who's this? What's your name?
Oh yeah. I'm okay. Remember the kid who said he was 18?
Oh right. Yeah, you called the other week ago. What's going on with you? Wait, what's your name again? Yeah. What's your name again? So I don't forget.
Just call me Blaze.
Blaze. All right, cool. What's going on?
Yeah. So okay, here's the thing, right? So I'm studying my game because I can't get the Bad Boy membership. You don't know how much I really want to get into the Bad Boy membership, but you know I don't have any money, and you know I can't do anything now. So I'm just trying to do what I can do best.
Okay, that's what's up.
So lady, I just want to get your take on. Well, I have some questions, but I want to get your take on Robin China, right?
Oh, what's the name? Rob Kardashian and China. Yeah, go ahead. What's up with that?
Yeah, cause okay, so I was basically like thinking about it the other day, and I was like, you know, if I was a woman, right, growing up in society, and I was pretty, you know, if guys showered me with attention just because of how I look, you know, there's a thought process that gets into that, like, I could use him to get whatever I want.
Right.
You know? So, and I heard you and Miles talking about it the other day, like, what's that chick with she had 23 boyfriends or something like that, and she made them buy her all these phones and stuff.
Right, yeah. Some lady she made them buy a whole bunch of iPhones and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking about it like low key because I believe like we're conditioned, especially men, to, you know, be simps, like, you know, and I looked at it back before, and I used to do the same thing. Like if I saw a girl that I was attracted to, you know, I would put on the pedestal. I would give her compliments, you know, stuff like that. But now my eyes are opening, like, yo, like, she's just using me for attention, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just want to get your thoughts on, you know, China and Rob, you know, just get into it.
Right. Well, the thing is, and I'm probably going to talk about this too on the Bad Boy show coming up this week, so make sure you guys listen to that. But anyway, the thing is this with the whole, you know, Rob Kardashian and Black China or whatever. The thing is that she's basically was just doing what she does. You understand? Like, she was being who she was being, and she's been that way. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, and this is what we're talking about today's show, we talk about not understanding the game, is that Rob Kardashian didn't understand the game. You understand? People was warning him, people was saying, yo, you know, like, understand who you dealing with, right? And then now that he didn't understand that, he's sort of, you know, getting the backlash of this. You understand? And the thing is, he's so out of it. He doesn't understand the game so much that he thinks that exposing her was gonna get him sympathy. You feel what I'm saying? And everyone's looking at him like, yo, you're an idiot. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and like nobody has sympathy for this dude. You understand? No, and the thing is, nobody is even blaming Black China because they see that this is who she is. You know, she's on that hoe stuff. You understand? So that it is what it is. So she's gonna do what a hoe does, right? So it's really that simple.
Use the hell out of him.
Right. You feel what I mean? And the thing is, this is what I be telling guys, is that women are, you know, some women are gonna do that. You understand? You got to understand when women are running game on you. You understand? It's the same thing Amber Rose does. So you can't get necessarily mad at a chick for doing what she's gonna do. You need to be able to understand that the only way she's gonna be able to do that is if you allow it. You see what I'm saying?
Allow it. Gotcha.
So this is the thing. You can't. It's not like, oh, you know, these chicks out here, they did this and she put me in the friend zone, or, you know, she played me, or she, you know, she used me for money, blah blah blah. It's like, no, she couldn't use you for money if you wasn't giving her money. You understand? She couldn't put you in the friend zone or put you in there, right? If you didn't allow yourself to stay there. You see what I mean? You know, you see what I'm saying? So the thing is, a lot of it is, you know, the guys, you know, fault putting her in there. You feel what I'm saying? Or making it happen.
Yeah. So okay, I get it now, because I was thinking about it the other day. So my other question would be, you know, like, how do you stand out to a chick that most men are trying to get at? Like I know, and I noticed something from you. You never talk about how to be an alpha male. You always talk about how to be a high quality guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to get your take on that, because, you know, and I'm not talking about, you know, I'm talking about that chick, you know, that is considered by majority, I'm tripping, by most men attractive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The pretty ones, like, say Beyonce, like, how do you stand out from all the other guys? Is it by asking questions? Like, what?
Well, I'll give you the general sense, and then I'll break it down a little bit further, right? So, the way to stand out generally as a guy, you understand, just in general, is that you first have to basically be yourself 100%. You understand? And what I mean by this is, most dudes, because when you say be yourself, most people don't understand what that means. They're like, oh, that's whack. What are you talking about being myself? Nah, be yourself 100%, meaning that a lot of times, and I'll say it like this. Think about a time where you saw a girl, right? And you thought to yourself in your mind, right? You said, damn, I would smash that chick. You understand? I hit that, blah, 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 right? And then what you do doesn't correlate with what you're thinking. You understand? So what you might do is you might not even go up to her and say anything. That's one. Or you might go up to her and you might say something different. You might be like, hey, you know, let's go go out and get some coffee and go on a date and stuff. You understand? So now you're not really being yourself, because you was thinking, what happened to the guy that just wanted to smash, right? That should be what you be talking about to her. You understand what I'm saying? Be like, yo, miss, look, you looking so damn good. We should get together and hook up. You understand what I'm saying? So that would be you being yourself. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so first you have to be yourself 100% with these women, because most guys, what happens is that when they interact with women, they are not fully letting women know who they are and what they're about and the type of stuff they want to do, because they're scared of getting rejected. They're scared of, like, oh, I don't want to offend her and all this other stuff. You understand? So it's just you being yourself. And it's not necessarily where you got to necessarily just say, hey, I want to have sex with you like that. You could do that. But at the same time, it's more so in general, if you're constantly saying or feeling like you want to do these things and you're doing the opposite with women, you're not being yourself. So now that's one. If you be yourself, that's going to make you stand out. Number two, if we're talking about more technical stuff, right? The thing is that when you're interacting with women, you have to make sure that when you're dealing with her, you have to evaluate her. You understand what I'm saying? You have to make sure that you're asking questions that will have her basically trying to sell herself to you. And I've talked about this before. So instead of so what a lot of dudes will do, they'll say, they'll go up to a girl, be like, yo, girl, you know, I got my car outside, I got the whip, you know, I got some paper, we gonna go pop some bottles out of here. Like, he's bragging or he's trying to show off to her. Right, he's trying to prove himself to her. You see what I'm saying? And so,
so basically, she's on the pedestal already.
Right, exactly. So when you're talking to these girls, right? Let's say she's a bad chick. You're talking to her, right? You got to ask her stuff that basically has her, answering your questions to impress you. You understand what I'm saying? And to get her to want to holler at you. Meaning, so for example, you ask her a question, and then you basically let her know if you are like agreeing or disagreeing with her answers. So for example, you say to a girl like, yo, do you read any books? Like, what type of books you like reading, right? And now the funny part about that question is a lot of people don't read. You know what I'm saying? So she might even say, oh, I don't really read that much, and you'd be like, oh, that's crazy, because, I really like chicks who read, like, that's, like, really attractive. Like, so you're trying to tell me you don't read magazines or nothing? You understand?
Yeah.
And so she might be like, oh, yeah, I read some stuff. So, like, her reaction to you asking that, and her trying to sort of, like, find something she can tell you that she reads, is showing that she's trying to impress you. Because, and this is the funny part how this works, even if the girl wasn't initially interested in you, the fact that you're questioning her, right, and you're asking her these things, one, it differentiates you from every other guy, and two, she, just off the strength where she's trying to not look like a cornball, or not look like she's lame, or not look like she's whack, she's going to try to impress you. She's going to try to make sure that she's winning your favor. You understand what I'm saying? And then so by that, subconsciously, that makes her start to like you more, because she's trying to get at you now. She's trying to impress you to get your approval. You see what I'm saying? So all you're doing is really just flipping it around. So when you flip it around, you become different than the other dudes. And then that's the thing that makes you stand out from the other guys. You see what I mean? And so a lot of this takes practice, though, because you need to be able to do this within a conversation that you're having with a woman, and it has to be seamless. You understand? It has to seem like supernatural. It has to be like natural, where it's like you're just having this conversation, and just out of the blue, it just flows into that, into going from her expecting you to be some dude who's going to be sweating her, to her trying to basically impress you. You feel what I'm saying? So
you could be like, so you could be like, you could, so say I walk to, I see a chick, and I could be like, yo, like, what's up? Like, I can't, like, the reason why I came over here is because I thought over there you attractive, but a part of me was like, so I was like, let me give you a chance, like, what's up with you?
Right, yo, dude, you got it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, got you. I'll be practicing, man. I'll be working on my game.
Yo, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Because the fact that you would even, say something like that, that's one, already gonna throw her off. You feel what I'm saying? And two, what you're doing is you're showing her, like, you cute, but I'm trying to see what else you got going on. Like, what else you got besides? Right. Got you. Right. You see what I'm saying? And you can even say that in conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could say something like, like, as you're talking, be like, I'll be talking to a lot of girls, they be attractive and all that, but it's like they got nothing else going for them. And then while you're talking to her, you be like, look, I'm you seem cool. I'm still not sure if I like you yet, though. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to figure this out. So, tell me more about yourself. You see what I'm saying? So now the thing is that when you start having conversations with women like that, right? It totally flips the whole thing around. You feel what I'm saying? Because because what it does is that it makes you seem as if, you're more picky, and you're more you have more value, you have more to offer than the average dude, which is why you're picky. Like, look, I'm the type of, I don't just pick anybody. I don't just talk to any girl. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it has to have like that vibe.
Like, I kind of want you,
right?
But I don't need you, and so I really don't care whether you say yes or no.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the attitude you gotta have. You feel what I'm saying? But
that's attitude.
Right. But a lot of dudes don't do that because they're so busy figuring out, how am I gonna get her to like me, and how, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're coming at it where they're trying to, win her favor. You see what I mean? And that's the way that's going to make it harder for you to make shit happen. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
okay. My other question would be, I heard you say this before. Like, a lot of the times when women reject you, they reject you for a whole lot of reasons. Like, we guys, when we reject a female, it's because we're not attracted to her. But women do it because of a whole lot of reasons. And, you know, I really didn't think much into it. But the other day I was on YouTube and they were asking, you know, women, like, in general, they were asking them, like, why is it that you don't pick up, like, you don't return the guy's call or you don't text him back? And a lot of them would say, because I don't feel like it. And they were asking women, like, why would you flake on a guy? And a lot of them say, you know, I might be feeling him today, but weeks down the road, I'd be like, nah, I'm not, you know, and I'm not feeling, I'm not looking my best today, so you know what, let me just, you know.
Right.
But I realized that women, and I've really been thinking about it, and I also watched this YouTuber, right? And he has this girlfriend. She's fine, right? But he had a prank on her one day, and she was like, you know, what, you want to go back to that white chick you used to be with before? Like, I'm not white enough for you. And just her saying that, I could pick out her insecurity.
Right.
And I'm noticing, and she's like, you know, what, I'm not good enough, you know, da. And I'm realizing that, yo, you a fine chick, but why you so insecure? And I realized we've been conditioned to think that, you know, because they put women like Beyonce, Rihanna, like, on the pedestal, and like these women or goddess, you know, they never take a shit in a day in their life. They're, you know, like, you know, they put them on that pedestal, and I'm thinking about it like, you fine, like, this girl fine, but all these insecurities. So, like, my question would be, like, why are women so insecure? Like, I know we all have to deal with our insecurities, but why are women so insecure?
Right. Well, the thing you gotta understand is that the reason why women are so insecure, right? And, you know, it's one of the main things is because they know that, like, they know at the end of the day, that a lot of the front that they put up is bullshit. You understand? So what I mean is that when you really get to know a chick, right? You realize that, you know, she knows that guys want to you know, holler at her because she's cute. You understand? So a lot of emphasis is built upon her visually. You feel what I'm saying? So then they're always going to be insecure about how they look, because they know they're always being judged based off of how they look. You feel what I'm saying? That's why
they can't leave the house without makeup on.
Right. Then on top of that, what you got to also understand is that the reason why, like, you ever notice how chicks, they'll get with dudes or they hang out with dudes, and they some of them will sort of wait a while or try to make you wait until they have, you know, for sex. You understand? It's like, oh, I want to get to know you, blah, blah, blah. And there's a few reasons. One is because they know that once they have sex with you, a lot of times, they'll get emotionally attached. You understand? And so usually they'll get that feeling. And so they're scared that if they don't want to get emotionally attached or to get that, you know, going with you, and then you end up not calling them. You feel what I'm saying? And also, what it is too is that, you know, women have been conditioned to think that if they have sex with a whole bunch of dudes, that they're bad, or they're sluts and they're whores and they're terrible. Right. So every new dude is a guy on her number count, on her body count. You feel what I'm saying? So she wants to be able to make sure, like, oh, if I'm with this guy, I like him, I want to keep seeing him, blah, blah, blah. So they're scared that, okay, if I might have sex with this guy and he might not call back. You feel what I'm saying? And so all those different things make them feel insecure. And also, one of the biggest reasons is why they're insecure is because most of them know that beyond sex, right, there's nothing else that is keeping the guy interested. You understand what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Or they don't have the game to be able to keep him. See, it's the reason why chicks get props when they get married. You understand? Like, a guy gets props when he has sex with a woman. You understand? A woman gets props when she gets married because she had enough game to get this guy to marry her. You understand? So most women don't know how to keep guys interested, and that makes them feel insecure because they know that 9 times out of 10 after they have sex with that guy, it's over. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's done. You see what I mean?
So all that putting up a front is just some bullshit.
It's overcompensating. You understand? You ever see, like, when you see like, because women overcompensate. Women will put up a front like they're confident a lot of times. You understand?
Yeah, they do.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But a lot of it is a front because it's overcompensation for the insecurity. You feel what I'm saying? It's like when you see it's like when you see a chick who's a dyke. You understand? Like she's overcompensating for the fact that she's not actually a dude. You feel what I mean? Like she will look very butch and very manly, but she's not a guy.
Yeah, she's trying to prove herself.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times women, they will overcompensate with the, oh, I'm a strong independent woman, I'm this, I'm that, and these guys are just intimidated by me, all that other craziness, because it's all trying to mask the insecurity. Because this is what you got to understand about confident people. A person who, and this is not to say all women are insecure like that, you understand? Like
a majority.
Right, majority of them, they got the insecurities in that fashion, and everybody to an extent has some sort of insecurity. But for women, it's crazy. But what I was going to say is, for people who are confident, right? A confident person doesn't have to, like, they don't really have to say anything. You understand? Because you were saying earlier, that I don't really talk too much about like alpha male stuff, right? And see, an alpha male doesn't need to tell you he's an alpha male. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Because he just is. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to. It doesn't need to be said. If it is, it doesn't need to be said. It's like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's like if you're walking around and you're a man and you're walking around and you're a woman, you don't have to describe yourself. Like if somebody says, hey, what's your name? You don't have to say, hey, my name is John and I'm a man. They can see you're a man, so you don't got to explain to them you're a man. You feel what I'm saying? So same thing with confidence. If you're really truly confident, you don't have to explain that you're confident. You don't have to say I'm strong. You don't have to say, oh, I'm this and I'm that, because you are it. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is that if a person is continuously saying that and, oh, I'm the shit, I'm the best and all of that, it's because there's something within them that they feel they need to let you know, because they don't feel it. They don't feel they are. You feel what I'm saying? So they don't feel that you think they are, so they need to let you know. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got to say it. It's really coming from a place of self-doubt.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not sure, so I'm gonna say it.
Exactly.
So I need people to I need people to tell me or make me feel like, so that I can feel good about myself.
Exactly.
But it never stops, because the person keeps seeking, so the person becomes an approval seeker, therefore becoming a beta male, not an alpha male.
Exactly. Real talk. And see, and that's the thing that I wanted to say about the whole, because you were saying that they were interviewing girls and they were asking them like, hey, well, how come you get a guy's number and you don't call him back, and how come this, or how come you flake on a guy? Truthfully, a lot of times the reason why a chick flakes on you has to do with insecurity. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got to understand something. Her calling you and her going out with you starts the process of her being able to get rejected. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you could text the girl and say, hey, what's up, blah, 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 and then she texts you back, and then you might not even respond to her text. You feel what I'm saying? And that's a rejection of her. Or she texts you, you text her or whatever, she texts you, and then y'all set up a date. And then she could go on that date with you that one time and really be feeling you, and then you never call her again, and she feels rejected. You understand?
Yeah.
Or you could go out with her, hang out with her, have sex with her, never call her again. She feels rejected. You see what I'm saying? So to avoid that, when you give a girl your number, or you text her or whatever, she's like, I'm not gonna bother. Her not bothering is her trying to protect herself from getting rejected. You see what I'm saying? In a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So that's the thing to understand.
I never went that deep, because I be trying to go deep, but man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, and this is why I'll be telling dudes about, yo, if a chick is on some stuff like that, just charge it to the game. Don't worry about it, because a woman who is really, really feeling you, because this is the thing, her desire for you has to be way stronger than her fear of rejection from you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so that's the thing that gets a girl to actually come through and see you. That's the thing that gets a girl to actually stop. That will make her not flake. You understand what I'm saying? And so her desire to want to see you has to be stronger than her desire to flake. Has to be stronger than her fear of getting rejected by you. Has to be stronger than her flightiness or her you know, her fickleness or whatever. It has to be stronger than that, and that's what makes the girl wanna deal with you. Now, if it's not stronger than that, a lot of times it's basically just her fear. It's her insecurity a lot of times. You see what I'm saying? Because it's that feeling of, you know, oh well, I'm not sure and all this other stuff. Now, there are situations where a girl, she will get your information and not hit you up because she just wasn't feeling you anymore. You understand? So that also happens too. But a lot of times it's really it will happen because of the insecurity. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
man, this can be going deep with women. I think I got like 2 more final questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my other question would be, just before I say my question, I thought about something while you were talking, and I realized, like, you know, alpha males, they don't care. Like, you know, they really don't care. But beta males care so much. So beta males are afraid to get rejected. Alpha males are like, I don't care if you reject me or not, because at the end of the day, like, what do you do for me? You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. And the thing is, the alpha male understands his value, and the alpha male understands how desirable he is to women in general. You see what I'm saying? See, a beta male,
basically, I'm doing you a favor.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. The alpha male guy is the guy who basically stands out. You see, because we was talking earlier about how do you stand out as a guy. The alpha male always stands out because the alpha male is the most desirable guy to women, and his desire basically comes from his knowledge of himself. You understand? His understanding of who he is, and his understanding of who he is allows him to be able to maneuver and interact with women the way he does, because he understands how valuable he is to the women. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, right, the beta male doesn't know. The beta male thinks he's nothing. Those are like the simp dudes, the dudes that think that, you know, getting a woman is a prize, and I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. So, you know.
Yeah, that's man. But looking into it, like, you know, because I realize it comes down to we're all conditioned, and, you know, like the TVs, like in, you know, superhero movies like Spider-Man, or the guy, or some dude, like some movies or TV show, it's always the guy is afraid to approach the girl.
Right.
He thinks he's not much, and, you know, he's afraid to. And so growing up, you've been conditioned by so many cartoons, so many shows, so many stuff. You're acting like it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, they do that a lot. They do that a whole lot. Like, they have they always show the guy being the nerd, being scared, being all this other stuff. And all this other stuff.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you brought up the nerd part, because I was thinking about it, like, the other day, like, yo, like, why can't you be proud and own up to the point that you are a nerd? This is who I am. I'm not for the change for you. I'm not shy, because the nerd is always, you know, walking timid in the hallway. You know, he's scared to talk to a girl. Right. You know, he be like, you know, can you please come over so, you know, I can teach you something. You know, hoping to get, you know, that's some BS, you know. So I realized.
It's true. And it's all about the attitude. And like a lot of these TV shows and stuff, they show the guy being this dude who's just like, oh, you know, this girl, and she's so great, and then the girl is always some like super cool chick. She got it together, everything is great with her, and she's just like, she's super mature. You understand? They always put that shit out there,
and that's why a lot of guys put women on the pedestal.
Exactly.
And so my next question would be, you know, like what's your like I think I forgot it. But I realized also, because I wrote my questions down.
Oh man, he on top of the shit. He's like, I wrote the questions down. That's what's up.
Yeah, I be prepared. But coming back to, like, why do women care so much about their image? Because I noticed, like, we guys, we be chilling. You know, we don't really want beef. We don't want beef. We just be chilling. Like, a guy, you know, he's cool, but a lot of the times, females, you know, they tend to get into drama. Like drama, I feel like drama's always chasing women. So why is it that? And I noticed that a lot of the times the reason why women get into drama is because they're trying to protect their image. Like, they're trying to protect who people, like, they don't want to come off as this person. A lot of the times they really be fighting not to come off as a whore. You know, back to what we say about society and stuff. So why is it that, you know, women try to protect their image a lot? Because I noticed that.
Well, a lot of it too has to do with survival. You understand? Like, if we take it on a super basic level, women generally are, you know, it's they're about the group. You understand? This is how they survive. Where it's like, you ever see like women, when they go out, they'll go to the bathroom all at the same time. You understand? Or they'll be watching out for their girlfriend, making sure this guy doesn't do this or do that. So they need to be able to have a group or people that are down for them. You understand? To basically have them survive. So the thing for a woman to be called a slut or a hoe and all this other stuff, a lot of it has to do with her feeling like she might be ostracized from the group. So a lot of times, even with when it comes to women getting with men, a woman, she wants to, you know, get with a guy and actually be with him, you know, boyfriend, end up being a husband, you know, they're married and all this other stuff. And so a lot of times you hear guys, they'll say, well, I'm not going to wife up a hoe. You understand what I'm saying? Or I'm not going to wife up a... So hearing that gets women to, you know, they don't want to be considered that, because to be considered that is to be like, well, I might not get a husband, and then if I might not get a husband, I might not be able to have anyone to provide and protect. You understand? It's all, you know, coming from that sort of biological standpoint. You understand? That nature standpoint. So the thing is, the reason why women will, you know, get into a whole bunch of drama and all this other stuff in, you know, just in, you know, in certain situations, is because they have to sort of protect that identity. You see what I'm saying? So by protecting that identity, it's a very serious thing, not even just for women, but just for people in general. If you have a certain identity that you're trying to protect, right? Because you feel that this identity is essential to you surviving. You feel what I'm saying? Then you are going to do whatever you feel you need to do to make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? This is why, even if you look at in business, right? Like, you know, a certain person might have a certain identity, or, you know, a certain brand, and they're going to do whatever they need to do to protect that brand, because they feel like, well, if you know, this person, you know, or this other rival or whoever outs me or makes me seem this certain way, that might mess up my brand, and then I'm not going to have any money, and then if I don't have any money, I'm not going to be able to survive. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the identities are linked in with the point of trying to survive in this society. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why, you know, I talk about a lot about the ego and all this other stuff. And this is why, if you are so compelled to just live life through your ego, that's when a lot of, you know, stuff is going to happen, to where you're never going to really be happy. You're always going to be frustrated and anxious, because you always have to protect that ego, which isn't really like your real self anyway. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that makes, you know, things, you know, go crazy and go on some other shit. You feel what I mean?
Yeah. Because I'm in your motivational channel, and, you know, lately I've really been working on myself. And, you know, the other day, you know, my little sister, because I got dressed and she was complimenting me and stuff. And, you know, I remember, you know, like, I started getting deep down, you know, all these feelings like, you know, I'm the man. But then I remember, like, you were like, if you take compliments, then you have to take criticisms.
Right.
And taking compliments is linked with, you know, feeling good, while taking criticisms is being looking bad. And so you're trying to protect yourself as this funny dude or this sex symbol, or, you know, whatever it is. And so you're always on the anxious.
Yeah, you're always anxious because you want to protect it. And see, and this is the thing I want to tell people out there, is that, you know, there's nothing wrong with, like, you know, living with your ego. You understand? But you have to understand that it is what it is. You have to understand that it actually is your ego. It's not really, you understand? So if somebody says to me, yo, Mr. Locario, you're like the best dating coach ever, and you're great, and everything is awesome that you say, and I could be like, okay, cool, that's cool. You know, I could take that. But if I take it seriously, then I'm fucking up. You see what I'm saying? If I take that seriously, then I start messing up, because then every day I gotta make sure that I'm as super awesome as you think I am, and I'm gonna be scared that you might not think I'm awesome. What if they tune into the live stream and they don't like what I say today? What if they don't think what if they think I don't have any more game, or what if they think my game is weak? What are they gonna? So now, you see what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna be all fucked up in the game because I'm going based off of trying to protect that ego, trying to protect that identity. You feel what I'm saying?
So, because I noticed, because I be picking your words when you're talking, and I noticed when I was listening to it, I was like, so then how do you eliminate it? And he said fall back. Basically, you are aware that it's just your ego. So a lot of the times I'm noticing with myself, like when somebody calls me ugly, when somebody says something bad about me, I don't even be saying nothing back. I'll be like, whatever.
Right, exactly. And see, understanding that is gonna help you a lot with women. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because imagine when you start talking to a girl and she's not feeling you, who cares? So what? You understand? And so that's the thing that happens when you're so caught up in your ego. If a girl's not feeling you, you might say, "Oh, it's because I suck and I'm terrible and nobody likes me." And you see what I mean? And now you start getting depressed and all this other stuff. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
that's speaking about it, the other day I was on like Snapchat and I was just playing with these girls because I'm a goofy ass dude. So I was just playing with the girls. So I called my one of my friends who is a girl, and I was like, let me just see. So I called her and I was like, call me back because I got something to tell you.
Right.
And she was like, nah, I'm watching a movie. You call me. And so I was like, you know what? She was like, I didn't really reply. I was like, it's either you call or you leave. And so she was like, I'm watching a movie. So I did not reply.
Right.
So later on, I started noticing she kept texting me. She was like, Mark, stop playing. LOL. I ain't reply nothing.
Right.
Because I'm keeping to my word. And then boom, she called. So I'm noticing I had my I had my agenda, my program, and she was gonna follow it. And if she wasn't really gonna follow it, she might as well just leave. And I noticed she followed.
That's what I'm talking. See, dude, let me tell you something, man. You guys got this guy on the phone is only 18 years old. You feel what I'm saying? And he's getting it. You getting it. So that's what I love to see, and that's what I love to hear. You feel what I'm saying? So you definitely on your way, my dude. But listen, I'm gonna have to take some more of these calls. But yo, I always love when you call in. You feel me? You got the crazy, interesting ass questions all the time. You feel what I'm saying? And just stay on top of your stuff, man. You feel me?
All right, appreciate it.
I'm gonna holler at you, bro.
All right,
peace. Yeah, man, that's my dude right there, man. We going in. I was popping. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Lamar.
What's up? Where you from, Lamar?
Detroit.
What's going on, bro?
All right. Hey, I got a situation, man. I just recently broke my ankle, and I ain't been out in a while, picking up no chicks or whatnot. I ain't been out in a while. I ain't been out to no parties or nothing. You know. So tonight, I'm feeling a little bit better now. I done recovered from that. So tonight will be like I'm trying to go out and get some chicks, pull some chicks. So I know my game gonna be a lot of rusty. Real rusty. So just want to know some advice on that.
Right. Well, yeah, that's the thing. When you haven't been out in a while, and you haven't been talking to girls in a while, you're gonna be a little bit rusty. You feel what I'm saying? You might take a little longer to approach. You might hesitate a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? But I would say don't let that deter you, or don't let that affect you in a negative way. You feel what I'm saying? So, even if you just go out and you just have some conversations with these girls or whatever it is, because you want to get your foot back in the game. You feel what I mean? It's kind of like, if you're in a pool, if the pool is freezing, right? When you're in the pool, like if you've been in the pool for 20 minutes, you get used to the cold. But if you step out the pool for an hour and then you try to get back in the pool, you're going to have to dip your foot in the low. You understand? Before you jump back in, because it's going to be you're going to feel that cold. So it's the same thing with the game, is that when you've been out of it for a while, going back in is going to be a little bit tough because you're not used to, you've been away so long. So I would say all I would just basically say is, go out there, try to holler, do what you got to do. But if it's a point where you noticing that you're not doing as much as you want, or you're hesitating or whatever, just don't be too hard on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to go out there and you know, do as much as you can, or as much as you are, you know, willing to do at the moment, but try to do something. Try to talk to somebody, try to say what's up, blah blah blah, see what's good, so you get your foot wet back in the game. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Oh no, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm holler at you, bro.
All right, thanks.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. So what's popping off in the chat room, people? What's popping off in the chat room? What's going on? Y'all talking about porn? Oh, man. Crazy. But yeah, you know, when you're talking about, you know, understanding the game, man, and the dangers of not understanding it. Hold on, who's this? What's popping? Who's going on? What's going on? Who's this?
What's up, Mr. Locario? This is Blue Man. I just got a question for you, my dude.
What's going on? Where you from?
I'm from Georgia.
Georgia, that's what's going on. What's up? So what's popping with you?
All right. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how do you transition from having, like, you know, the initiation conversation, you know, like, how you doing, what's your name, and all that, you know, I find your child and all that, you know, stuff, to, like, talking about, you know, flirting with her, like, sexually. You know what I'm saying? Do you make it a joke?
Right.
Or do you just go out and...
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. To transition, and, you know, and I talk about this, actually, I have a DVD called Reclaim the Game. All of you guys should get that at MrLocario.com, right? So, basically, to transition from small talk to flirting. So that's what it really is. So the small talk is just, you know, hey, what's up? What's going on? You know, how you doing? You know, what's your name? Blah, 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 this and this and that. And usually, this is something you do more so like when you got time to do it. Meaning, like, let's say you at a bar, you at a club, you at an event or something. Like, you know, it's harder to do this in passing with a chick. You understand? Unless she stops and she actually stops and talks to you for a while. But the thing is, you know, all you need to do to you know, transition from the small talk to the flirting is, all you need to do is say one thing, either statement or question or whatever, that's going to shift the conversation. So, for example, if you're having small talk with a chick, you're just like, yeah, so, you know, let's say at a party, you're like, yeah, so where you from? She's like, oh, I'm from, you know, Jersey or whatever. Oh, cool, you know, what do you do? Oh, I'm a nurse, I work at blah, 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 whatever, right? So now you're just having regular small talk, right? And so then you could say something like, yo, you know, I'm looking around this party, you're like the cutest chick in here, right? So now that is transitioning into you flirting, because now you're making it something that is, you're saying something personal that you feel about her, and you're showing interest. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that you got to do, is that you just have to basically make sure that you're saying something that's going to get her to know that you're trying to basically flirt with her, that you're trying to show interest. You see what I mean? I think my dude, his phone cut out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You just transition from small talk to flirting. You just got to say one thing that's going to let her know that you're trying to move the conversation in the direction of actually taking it into some sexual interest. You feel what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. But yeah, so, you know, we was talking about earlier about the dangers of not understanding the game is that if you don't understand what to do, then you could be taken advantage of. If you don't understand what's going on, things are going to go in a direction you don't want it to go. So, guys, the caller number is 646-481-3901. Let me type in that, 646-481-3901 for those 3901 for those who want to call up. All right. So yeah, that is the number. But yeah, if you guys, you know, if you don't understand the game, there's going to be a lot of mistakes that you're going to be making. And also, there's certain, you know, things that you think about that you think is true, that's not really true. You You feel what I'm saying? So the Alpha Male, you said you sent me a question with a donation. Did you get it? I gotta double check. But yeah, I get it. All of the questions I got, because I have a lot of questions backed up, and I get to every one of them, especially if it's a donation. So yeah, so I'm you know, I'll probably have the video out soon. But all right, who is that? Somebody was calling, but their phone cut out. You guys can call back. But anyway, but yeah, you gotta know what's going on out here in the game, man. 347 area code. You call in and your phone keep cutting out, bruh. But Mike 23, you said you need some relationship game. You just got into a new relationship. So what's going on with the chick, man? Omari Ali said, how much of a donation? You can donate any amount you want. And all of my, like 90% of my videos, that has the button or the link under the video. Just click there. It says send me a question, and you can send me a question. When you send a donation, if you send a donation, then it's guaranteed that your question will be answered. Trap TM, the number is 646-481-3901. So you guys can call that number. But yeah, man, the thing is, you know, with dudes like Rob Kardashian and all these other simps out here that are messing up the game, because, you know, that chick, Black China, she did exactly what she was supposed to do. And you have to be smart enough to not get caught up into that. Because, see, her game can't work unless you are following that. Unless you are actually participating. You understand? See, that's the thing about the game. It's about, you know, when you're trying to mess with a girl, or you're trying to get with a girl, she's cooperating, she's participating, right? Nothing's gonna happen unless she's actually participating. She has to participate in order for things to go down. So the same way where, you know, you got these girls out here taking these dudes for their money, they playing them and doing all this other stuff. It only happens because those guys participated. Anytime you are in the friend zone, you're in the friend zone because you participated. Anytime you're calling up a girl and she keeps flaking on you, she keeps giving you the runaround, that's happening because you're participating. You understand? So that's what it's about. If you're not participating, it can't go down. You understand? So this is why you have girls like Amber Rose, Black China, who will date dudes like Kanye West, Wiz Khalifa, 21 Savage, whoever, because they see that they can get away with certain things with those type of guys. Right? But see, if they're dealing with a guy who they see that they can't get away with that, they're not going to do that to him. You understand? In fact, those are the type of guys they just might have sex with and then keep it moving. But see, if you are showing that you're the type of guy that doesn't understand the game, then these girls are going to do what they're going to do. You understand? You said, should you tell a chick you're going to charge her or just stop hitting her up? It depends. Like, sometimes you could just stop hitting her up. You understand? If she keeps hitting you up and she keeps hollering at you, then you might have to tell her, like, yo, it's a wrap. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, my bad, bro. My bad, player.
What's up?
Just the country, bro. It's just like these feds on the phone.
Nah, I feel you. So so you was asking about the whole, how do you transition from the small talk to the actual flirting, right?
Yeah, but I heard what you said. I heard what you said, though.
Right.
But I was trying to, so you switched to the flirting.
Right.
Then you switched to, like, you know, let's go to my place or we can fuck in the car or something like that.
Right. So this is the thing. It's basically a a flow. It has to transit. Every part has to transition smoothly. So if you, so for example, you having a small talk, right? And let's say, for example, you saying the regular stuff. Hey, where you from? What do you do? Blah blah blah. How who do you know in this party? Regular stuff, right? Then let's say you say that. So right after that, you might say something to her like, yo, you got some really nice eyes or whatever, right? And so, and that's some soft type of stuff, some regular type of stuff, but you're moving into the flirting, right? So based off of how she reacts to you by you saying that is going to give you the information you need. So if she is blushing or she's, flirting back with you or whatever, then it's like, okay, now I see that she's, she's into it. She's feeling me. You understand? So as you see she's feeling you, right? What you want to do is that you want to basically turn it up a little bit, right? So then you keep the flirting going. So you might say some other stuff. You might get closer to her. You might grab her hand while you're talking to her, whatever, right? So as you're doing this, you're seeing more and more that she's being receptive to you. So she's being receptive. Like, so for example, if you touch her hand and you got her hand, you guys are sort of holding hands and she's letting you hold her hand, that's showing that there's interest, right? So now as she's doing that and you start talking to her, y'all can just go back and forth. You can even still just talk about regular stuff, but you're still holding her hand. The body language is showing that there's some, interest there. Then as you're this close to her, you start flirting some more and then you start kissing her. So now as you guys are kissing, then at that point, that's when you say, hey, let's get out of here. Let's go back to my place, whatever, right? So you don't want to go from, right, you don't want to go from small talk to, hey, let's go back to my place, because there's nothing really built there. You don't really know how she's feeling about you, sexually at this point. Now, if you're making out with the chick, you see what I'm saying? Then okay, well, she's making out with me, so, she has some interest. She's sexually interested in me. Now, let's go back to my place or go back to your place, whatever it is. You see what I mean? And so all it is that you're slowly, it's almost like this. It's like let's say if you have a person who's a salesman, right? And they're selling you knives or some shit. They're like, oh, we got these cool knives. They chop stuff up, blah, 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 right? And if they see that you're interested, right? And then they'll be like, yeah, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw in these spoons for no charge or whatever. And then so that you see that they're really interested. Oh yeah, definitely, that'd be dope. Whatever. So then you sell them the knives and you say, oh, by the way, if you since you like these knives, I got these forks over here and they only cost $10, more, right? So since that person is already interested, you feel what I'm saying? Then you're going to offer them also the forks because they're already interested. So you offer them something else because they're most likely will say yeah because they're already saying yeah to the other thing. So if I'm trying to sell you knives and you're like, nah, I don't want these knives, you're not going to say, oh, buy these forks too. It's like, you don't even want the knife. So why would you even buy the damn forks? You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're not interested in nothing. So, right. So it's the same thing. So when you're dealing with girls, you have to see how interested they are along the journey of you trying to make it happen with them. So let's say if you're flirting with her and you see that she's falling back or she's not flirting back with you, then you see, okay, well, I got to fall back a little bit and then maybe I could flirt a little bit more later and see what it is. Or I'm just going to charge this to the game because I see that she's totally not interested. So you're not going to go from her being not interested to trying to say, hey, let's go back to my place, because 9 times out of 10, she's going to say no. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. You just got to sort of, see how it flows in that situation. You see what I mean?
Yeah, so when you were saying, like, fall back or whatever, like, do you just fall back into some random bullshit?
Yeah, so so when you fall back, what it means is, let's say if you are flirting, let's say you're flirting with a chick, right? And let's say you say to her, like, oh, you got some sexy ass lips or whatever, right? And let's say you're trying to like touch her hand or something, right? And let's say you touch her hand or you grab her hand or whatever, and she pulls her hand away. And she moves away as you're saying she has sexy lips, and she's like kind of looking like she's not into it, right? Falling back means is that you stop the flirting and you start talking about some regular shit again. You feel what I'm saying? Just on some regular small talk. So it's almost like you're resetting the whole thing. You're starting back from zero. You feel what I mean? And then as you're talking to her, let's say you're talking to her a little bit more, whatever. Let's say another 10, 15 minutes go by, whatever. And then you throw in the flirting again. And then you see how she reacts to the flirting. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. Sometimes when you are flirting with a chick, right? There's a lot of different. Let's say if you're at a party, right? There's a lot of different variables that can make her at that moment not be into it. You understand? And then in another moment be into it. So, for example, you might be flirting with a girl or trying to flirt with a girl, and her best friend is like right there at the side watching both of y'all. So since her best friend is watching, she's probably pulling back, not necessarily because she's not interested, but because her friend is watching. You understand? Or she's just nervous or something. So it's a lot of different things that could go down. It doesn't necessarily mean she's not interested in you. It's just that at that moment, she's not interested to take it further. So this is why I'm saying that if you're interested in to try to keep it going, you can do that by resetting it and then starting over. So the falling back is you falling back to the small talk. You see what I mean? And then you start over and you keep it going. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Would you suggest, like, if there's more than one chick at a club, or not even like at a club or something, do you still do that whole, get all of them involved? But but how do you go to the sexual conversation with just this one chick?
So you saying if she's in a group of girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, if she's in a group of women, if it's like, let's say it's her and two of her friends, let's just say it's three of them, and she's one of the three, right? And so definitely what you want to do is you want to engage the whole group first. Acknowledge all of them. Hey, what's up, ladies? How you doing? How's your night going? What y'all up to? Blah blah blah. Who are you? How do you know her? Blah blah blah. Whatever. So after you do all that small talk with those girls, right? With all three of them, right? The one that you want to talk to, right? You start giving her just a little bit more, attention, just a little bit more. You still give the other girls some, you go back and forth, but you're giving her just a little bit more, right? And so, as you do that, you understand, you might want to remove her or move her a little bit away from her friends. So you say, so as you're talking to her, because usually this is the good thing about a group, is that since it's more people, since there's a lot of people in a group, what it is that if you're talking to that one girl, the other girls or the other people in the group have each other to keep them occupied. The only thing you need to do in the group at first is to get the women to all sort of like, be engaged, so that when you do pull her friend to the side or you isolate the friend, they're not like, who the hell is this guy taking our friend away? You feel what I'm saying? So at this point they know who you are, and then when you take her away, it's like, okay, whatever, because you might go to the other side of the bar with her. So let's say, because I remember, I'll give you an example. One time I was at this spot, and there was these girls there. It was like maybe like 7 or 8 of them. You understand? And they were sitting, in this little circle thing, and and what happened was, one of the girls I was, going to talk to, whatever. But then I had to engage the whole group. So I'm sitting there with 8 chicks, talking to all 8 of them for like maybe 5 minutes. Just like, oh, so what are you ladies up to tonight? And then one of them was like, oh, it's my birthday. I was like, oh, happy birthday. What's up? Let me give you a birthday hug. So I gave the girl a birthday hug, whatever. And I said, so, I was like, what did y'all get her for her birthday? And then they was all telling me what they got her, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, so who's your best friend out of all of y'all? So I'm engaging with the whole group, right? But there was this one girl I was really trying to get at, right? So the one girl I was trying to get at, I was sitting near her, and as I'm engaging the whole group, right, we're all going back and forth and all this other stuff, and then so at one point I turned to the girl that I'm really trying to talk to, and then so I asked her some more questions. So as they see me talking to the girl next to me or whatever, the rest of the group just starts conversing amongst themselves, right? So what I did was, after that, so I started talking to the girl next to me for like maybe like another 2 or 3 minutes while I'm still in a group. And then I say, yo, let's go over to the bar and, like get a drink or something like that. So I take her across to the bar. So now I got her by herself, because now that she's by herself and she's not near her friends, you understand? Then she can loosen up a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? And then I can see how she really, is feeling or whatever. So that's the thing. If you're in a group if you see a girl in a group, get the group to like, involve themselves in a situation, and then you pull her aside, and then you start to go in when she's sort of like away from them. And she doesn't even necessarily got to be that far away from them, but she has to be sort of removed just a little bit, so that she's not in the vicinity of all of her friends. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing is, with women, when they're around their friends, you don't know who's the cock blocker. You don't know who is the, one of her friends that she doesn't really like, who's gonna, you know, either try to give her shit for talking to this guy, that guy. So she's not gonna fully engage with you to the extent that she could if she's around all her friends. Now, if she has a friend or friends who are cool like that, who are down like that, who are also like, you know, the type of women who are cool with getting with guys and all the other stuff, then, you know, a lot of times in those situations, she'll be cool to do whatever she got to do in front of her friends. But in most cases, you're going to have women who aren't going to be comfortable doing certain things in front of their friends, so you got to sort of like isolate them. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what it is, man.
I got another question. My bad, bro.
No, go ahead.
But,
go ahead.
All right, so what if you're meeting a chick at like Walmart or something like that? Like, what if she just a regular customer,
right,
or what if she like a cashier? Like, how do you deal with that?
You saying if she's a cashier or if she's a regular customer?
Yeah, because I approached one chick at Walmart one time, and then, you know, everything was flowing, but she was kind of, you know, I wouldn't say standoffish, but she was trying to give me excuses, but I was still going. And then her mama showed up. I was like, goddamn. But this lady but she was like 40 years old. So I was like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this lady still holding hands with her mama at 40. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Wait, so the lady you was hollering at was 40?
Yeah.
And she was, and her mother showed up, and she was there with her moms, and then she was holding hands with her moms walking?
Yeah.
How old was the mom?
No. I'm exaggerating that part with the holding hands. Okay. I'm exaggerating.
All right. But you basically saying that, like, so what happened when you hollered at her, though? What happened? What was going on?
I was like, hey, you kind of attractive and all that kind of stuff, and she was making eye contact, and she was like, thank you, but I'm not, you know, interested in all that. I don't date young guys and all that type of stuff. And I asked her how old she was. I think she might have said that, you know, it's kind of rude to ask a lady her name, or maybe that was some other chick at another party or something like that.
Right.
But we was talking, and then I was trying to explain. I was telling her, I was like, oh, you 40? That's cool. I'm like 24. That's perfect. Right. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, her mama showed up.
Right.
Her eyes like lit up because her mama came up behind me like Batman. Like, goddamn.
So yo, this is the thing though. You know, and this is why I tell you guys, you gotta have some business cards and stuff, because at certain points you gotta just be like, hey, listen, here's my card, holla at me tomorrow. You feel what I'm saying? And just cut that shit short. You feel what I mean? Because the thing is, you know, this is the thing with women, man. They see, it's so ridiculous, because they will use little goofy stuff like, oh, you're too young. Like, I had that one time too, where it was this one lady I was messing with, met her at a spot, and she was like in her 40s. This is when I was like in my early 20s, and it was sort of like the same situation. She was like, oh, you know, I don't know, you're just so young, blah 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 blah. And I said, all right, listen, you know, hit me up. This is my card. Hit me up. You understand? And so I gave her the card, and she hit me up like 2 days later and stuff. And then we went out. You understand? And we got it probably. I was seeing her for maybe like, I probably saw her for like 6 or 7 months. It probably was. But and you know, and the thing was, everything was cool when we was dealing with each other. So the thing is, a lot of times women will say things that will mess up their whole situation, because at the moment they're just like thinking of all these arbitrary rules that they got when it comes to them interacting with men. So sometimes if you just give her your card, or, you know, something with your number on it, and say, yo, you know, listen, just holler at me later. You understand? It gives her time to think about it. And then sometimes that time of thinking about it is the thing that actually gets her to want to mess with you. You see what I'm saying? And it's funny, because that's actually how I got my first girlfriend when I was in high school. You understand? When I was this is like my first like actual, like, this is my girlfriend in high school, where I think I asked this chick out like 3 times, and and then she was like, oh, and I think I was a freshman, and she was like a junior or something, and she was like, oh no, blah blah blah. So I asked out, I asked out twice, and then on the 3rd time, what happened was, like, we had exchanged numbers, and I said, yo, you know, yeah, I want to, you know, let's get together, let's do something, whatever. And so she was just on some no, and I said, you know what, you got my number. holla at me. Let me know if you want to do something. Because I said, I'm going to stop asking you. I said, if you want to do something, call me, right? A week later, she hit me up and she was like, I was thinking about it. And I think, I would really like to go out with you and see what it could be, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes you got to just hit them off with the number. Tell them, yo, think about it. Holla at me at this day and see what it is. Because, all of that sometimes in a moment where they be on that, oh, I don't know, I don't this, I don't that, I don't this, and they're just getting in their own way. So sometimes you got to give them the information, have them, do what they need to do, and then have them come and reach out to you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times, these chicks, they'll be on that other extra stuff, and it's just, it's just a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to mess it up anyway. So it's best you say, hey, look, you holler at me instead of you trying to make something happen with them at the moment when they're all, thinking about a whole bunch of nonsense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. But for that card thing, should it be like, the job I work at, or can it just be my name and my number and that's it?
Yeah, it could be your name, your number, that's it. It could be, what you do, you know what I'm saying? As long as it has your name and your phone number. You feel what I'm saying? Everything else is like, you know what I mean? It don't even really matter at that point. You know what I'm saying? So as long as he has some way to contact you, it is what it is.
Okay. But what about if they work there and you kind of see them kind of all the time?
So like if you see a chick that works at a spot?
Yeah, and you see her all the time. Like sometimes, I don't, when I walk into a place, I notice a chick, and it's kind of, how you walk into some places just pull you, like have that magnetic, like if you're looking for clothes.
Right.
And the thing that was some shirt just says you, but you just gravitate to that shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, sometimes I don't approach a chick right off the bat when I go in there, and plus if I stay there, but I'm wondering, is that like hurting my game if I approach her later?
Right. Well, the thing is, when the chick works somewhere, that's definitely when you need some cards on you, because you gotta slip that to her real quick. You understand? Because a lot of times when chicks work at certain spots, it's like they working, so they ain't got time to really be, chit chatting and doing a whole bunch of stuff. So you just roll up on her and say, listen, like even say the chick is ringing you up, be like, yo, you kind of cute. Here's my card. Give me a call like later tonight. We should get together and do something this weekend, right? And you just slide her the card and be like, yo, holla at me. And the thing is, let's say if she hollers at you, then you make something happen. If she doesn't holler at you and you're saying, well, what if I see her again? I might go in that store again. You understand? If you see her again, you just keep it business as usual. You don't even mention her not calling you. You don't talk about it. You just be like, oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? How's your day going? You ring your shit up and you bounce. You feel what I'm saying? And you keep doing the same shit, because the thing is, you don't want her, you don't want it to seem like, oh, you're sitting there thinking about her, belly aching about the situation. Nah, it's like, yo, I told you to holler at me and you didn't, so it is what it is. Now, a lot of times what happens is that when chicks see that you're not making it a big deal, and they'll wonder why, like, oh, damn, why is he not bringing it up? That makes them want to actually holler at you a lot of times even more, because they're wondering why you are not thinking about it. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's all you got to really do. That's really all you got to do. You feel what I'm saying? So that is what it is, man. But listen, I got to take some more calls because a few more people trying to call up. They hit me. They yelling at me in the chat room. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Appreciate the game, my dude.
Definitely, man. All right, I'm gonna holler at you, bro.
All right,
peace. Later. All right, so the line just open, people. King Art 70, you could call up again. Whoever else that was is 646-481-3901. But yeah, man. It's a lot of the stuff when you're dealing with chicks, man. It's really sometimes removing yourself. It helps. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
King Art. How you doing?
What's going on, bro? Where you from?
I'm from Connecticut, Waterbury, Connecticut.
That's what's up. So what's going on with you?
Well, I was seeing this girl, and last week we went out, and I was about to close the deal, and she kind of like beat me to it. And she said, "Well, aren't you asking me to be your woman?" I said, "Oh, I was about to ask you myself, but you beat me to it. That's great." So she said, "I said, well, can you be my woman?" She said, "Okay, yeah, I'll be your woman." And so a few days later, she texted me saying, "Hey, you know, I'm not ready to be in a relationship," because she had been in some relationship before. I guess it was terrible. I don't know. I guess it was guys was players, I guess. So I said, "You know what? It is what it is. I'm just gonna charge it again." I said, "Look, he's with this or what? Because I'm not gonna waste no more time with you." So I waited for her like a week for her to respond back, and then she said, "Okay, we can do it slow." I said, "Well, are you full of all in this, or are you just gonna play mind games? Because I don't have time to play games. You know, there's too many women in the world for that."
Right.
But I know sometimes, you know, women like for you to chase them and stuff. I'm not for that. And sometimes I don't text through the day and say, "Oh, how you doing?" and all that kind of stuff. I don't do that. By watching your video, because that did help me out a lot, and I appreciate that.
Right.
So if you don't text, I kind of like wait like 2 or 3 days. I say, "No, if she don't text, I'll shoot her a text." And you know, if she's not really want to proceed with the relationship, I'm just gonna move forward. I already start talking to other women.
And wait, how long have you been with this chick for? Like, how long y'all been seeing each other?
I've been talking to her for about a month.
So for a month, so for a month, and then you said she's the one who brought up being in a relationship. She's the one saying, "Hey, I want to be a girl." Is that's what happened?
Yeah, correct.
Right. See, that's the thing, you know. And now she's sort of flip flopping.
Right. That's what she's doing, flip flopping.
Yeah. See, the thing I would tell you is I wouldn't accept her situation as far as her trying to be a girl. Meaning, what I would do if I was you is I would still, you know, I would hang out with her, you know, hook up with her, you know, just have a good time with her, and just chill on the boyfriend girlfriend stuff until later. You understand? Because right now, what it seems like is that she seems like she's trying to choose and trying to, you know, get with you on some super needy type of stuff. So I would say you need to fall back a little bit and just hang out with her, see how she is, and then let's say 3-4 months down the line, if you are still seeing each other, you're still messing around, and then at that point, if she brings it up, then you can say, "All right, cool, let's make it happen," because at that point it'll be more sufficient where she's actually trying to make it happen. Right now it seems like she's trying to sort of just lock you down to have you there. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, she's either messing with other dudes or she don't know what she really want at the moment. You feel what I'm saying? Because the thing is, when a chick chooses and she actually wants to be your girl, it usually comes from a strong sense of like this attachment and this emotional investment that she has in you. You feel what I'm saying? And right now, to me, like a month is super quick. And so that could indicate that she's just extremely needy. You feel what I'm saying? And so you don't want to attach yourself to a chick who's going to be on some needy stuff. And also, too, you got to ask yourself, do you really want her as a girlfriend? You see what I mean? So you got to say, do you really want her as a girl, or you just trying to lock her down so you have somebody to smash? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, as much as
smash.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. So you got to really... So if you just want to smash, then you just smash. You feel what I'm saying? And you just keep it going on a smashing tip. Don't promise her no relationship. Don't do any of that. And then, you know, until later on down the line, as you've gotten to know her and you've seen that she is worth being in a relationship. See, this is what guys got to understand. You telling a girl that you are going to be her man, or you're going to be with her. That's a reward. You understand? For good behavior.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't just give out relationships like it's flyers. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's supposed to be something that she has to sort of prove and earn. You feel what I mean? Because basically what you're saying to her is, you've proven to me that, especially if you're going to be monogamous, you've proven to me that you're worth me not dealing with these other girls. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm giving up these other girls to deal with you and to build with you. You feel what I'm saying? And so she has to have done something to earn that type of situation. So you can't just, you know, have her say it and then be like, "Oh yeah, let's just do it," just because you want sex. You can have sex with her without her being a girl. You feel what I'm saying? And especially if she's into you that much. So now, if you're just hanging out, hooking up with her, doing your thing, then at a certain point, she's going to let you know, like, hey, I want to be with you. Even if she's still saying it periodically, let her know, like, look, yeah, we could do that later. I'm still trying to figure things out. I want to take it slow, girl. You understand? I want to get to know you. Hit her with that. You feel what I'm saying? And then, the thing is, if you see she's cooperating, if you see she's cool, if you see she's really down, then you be like, all right, cool. Now you could be my girl. And then at that point, it'll be more serious. Right now, she just seems like she's on some needy, choosy type of stuff. And what you want to do is you want to sort of hook up with her, just chill and fall back a little bit, because you want to also see if she is on that needy, crazy type of psycho type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And then if she is, you fall back and just chill the hell out. So I would say right now, just have fun, hook up, go out with her. You can go to the movies, have sex, whatever it is. But don't make her your girl now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially for the fact that you're just trying to smash. So just smash and have fun. And then at a certain point, you might actually want her as a girl, but it has to be authentic. It has to be where you actually want that, and she's also proved that she's worth being a girl. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
well explained.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Well explained. I'm listen to your advice. I didn't want to interrupt it.
Oh no! I was good. That's all I wanted to let you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, just smash and just and then on a later date, if you feel like having her as a girl, you understand, then you make that happen. You understand? But don't just do it because you want to smash. You know? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for answering my question. I appreciate it.
Man. Appreciate the call, bro.
And I'm a loyal watcher. I watch your videos most of the time when you post them. So
appreciate it, man. I apprate that, man. Spread the word, bro. Spread the word.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right. Have a good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Peace. All right, man. Got a lot of people calling up today. Who else was calling? 337 area code and 647 area code was trying to call up. You guys can call back up. The line is open. Dude, what 212? You said, "Well, I'll be on a show with Dean today." Yeah, I'm gonna be on a show today. I'm actually upstate right now, so hopefully the internet's working good. Hopefully my phone is working good. So if the phone's working good, then everything's gonna be on point. All right, so let's see who this is. What's poppin'? Who's this?
Hey yo, this is Tony.
What's your name?
Tony.
Tony, what's going on? Where you from?
Hey, I'm from Toronto.
Toronto. What's popping with you, man? So what's going on?
Am I really on live?
Yeah, you're on live right now. You're on live right now. Right hearing you, right listening to you. What's going on?
Hey, okay. I got a question though. So I seen this girl, right? I usually take the bus to get to school, and she usually hop on to get home.
Right.
Because her house is close to my school.
Mm-hmm.
So afterwards, first time I saw her, I was like, wow, this girl is really pretty. She a white girl.
Mm-hmm.
She really pretty, right?
Right.
So then afterwards, I hesitated when we hopped off the bus. I hesitated to go see her, and I was like, she turned around the corner and she went straight to her neighborhood. But I had to, walk straight ahead. And then afterwards, I hesitated. I was like, all right, maybe next time I see her. Right. The next day, she hopped on again. Morning, I was like, okay, today's gonna be the day I'm gonna talk to her. So we both hopped off, and she was ahead of me, walking ahead of me, and I said, damn, I gotta go talk to her. So I went to go talk to her, and I told her my name, and we started talking and stuff like that. I already know she was feeling because she was smiling a lot.
Right.
So, but she had like these really pretty eyes that kind of like, had me memorized and stuff. I was like, oh shit, she's really beautiful close too.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And then I asked her like, what's her age, and she was like, oh, I'm 18. And I was like, okay. And I'm 21. And then we started talking. We exchanged numbers and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, I'll text you later. And then she went on. But one thing she did was like, when I hugged her, when I got her number for the first time, I hugged her. She kind of like pat me on the back, because I usually tell it is like a sign.
Right.
But so then I texted and I was like, hey, just making sure you got my number. This is Tony, blah, blah, blah. Maybe we should hang out, And she's like, okay, sure. And I was like, all right, what should we do then?
Oh my God. Wait. Hold on. You asked her, what should we do?
Yeah, like I know it was like no, you know why? Because like I heard your videos, like I watched your videos and it said like you know you gotta know what you want, either a relationship or sex. It was pretty much both for me at that moment because I wanted her to be my girl and I went to sex.
You wanted
all like at once. It was weird. So you know I was just testing her out to see you know what she would think, and she was like I texted her and I said, what do you want to do? She's like, I don't know, I thought you had plans. And I was like, I don't know, just hang out. And she's like, hang out? Question mark? You just want sex, don't you? She sent me that. And I was like, not really, LOL.
Oh,
you know,
man,
and she's
you're
like,
killing
all
yourself,
the
bro.
dudes, all they want in this city is just sex, blah, blah, blah.
Yo.
So,
oh, man, listen.
So then,
go ahead, keep going. Go ahead, keep going.
Then afterwards, you know, the first time I told her 2 days later, what was it? So I met her on a Thursday, and I told her like Saturday, can we meet up? And then she had an excuse, and she said like, oh, her mom told her like she got to stay inside and clean the house, and it was a rainy day that day too, and she's like, you know, it's rainy, we can't go out, and I was like, all right, okay. So another, I'm like, okay, let's meet up another 3 days, and then she actually came to my location closer to my house, and we went to the mall. And we walked around the park and we talked and all that. But one thing is, like I didn't tell you everything with texting, but she was like very freaky. Like, you know, I even sent her like a picture of me out the gym, you know, with no shirt on, and she was like, "Oh, ooh, that's my man," hard eyes and all that stuff like that. And she was really feeling me now. And then when we met the very first time, she was acting really shy. Like it felt like I met another person. It wasn't the same person I was texting. She acting all shy and stuff. And I'm telling her, come on, talk to me, man. Talk to me. You know, because you say the girl got to talk the most.
Right.
You know.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing that's going on, man. Like, first of all, you got to, anytime you're dealing with a chick, man, don't ever ask her what she want to do. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, with when you're dealing with girls, right? You always have to have the plan. Because she even said to you, she's like, oh, I thought you had the plan. You're supposed to be the one with the plan. You feel what I'm saying? And so you have to have a plan already in your head that you want to execute before you even hit her up. So you know, when you hit her up, don't say, hey, what do you want to do? Be like, hey, listen, when are you free? We're going to, you know, she's like, oh, I'm free this day. Cool. Look, I'm going to take you here. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So you already have the plan. Let's go see this movie real quick. And then after that, we're going to, you know, whatever. You understand? So anything, it doesn't matter what you're doing, but you have to have something that you're having her follow. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing you got to do all the time. Go ahead. What you going to say?
And then one other thing is like, I feel like she's into me, but I gave her too much attention. Like you say, you're supposed to give these women space.
Right.
And, you know, every time I text her, she texts back on time. You know, on time. You know, don't got me waiting. But the thing is, she be flaking. Like, I tell her, yo, let's meet up. After the first time we met, like, we went on a date and went to the park and mall like that, she won't even want to go to the second date with me, but she'll text me on time.
And what did you hold on, wait. What did you do on that date? What did you do? Did you guys kiss?
Like, we just got some ice cream, right? We was at the mall, we just got ice cream, and then it was a park real close to the mall, and we just walked and we just talked. It was like a really big park. We just walked around the park and we talked and we got to know each other. We sat down and all that, you know, stuff like that. But
did you wait? Did you guys kiss? Like, what happened? Did you guys?
Nah, I was trying to get touchy with it, but it was more like, you could say it was a free feel. Like, you know, I was trying to set the mood, you know, make it, you know. But I was like, it's too awkward now.
Oh, I'm
see, dude, you second day. I'm gonna try. You know?
Nah, this is what I'm
saying.
But
I was talking dirty to her too, because she was wearing these tights, and I was like, yo, I like how your ass, you know, how it is in them tights.
See,
but the thing is, she did a little smirk, like she was making it awkward. I was like, you know what? I can't deal with it.
See, that's the thing, man. This is what I'm saying. Everything, you gotta orchestrate all of this shit, man. Everything that's going down needs to be directed and managed through you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is the thing. This is the thing. Like, a lot of guys that get with girls, and they're waiting too much on what she's gonna do first before they make a move. Right? What you need to do is you make the move, you see how she reacts to the move, And then if she's reacting positively to the move, you keep it going. You feel what I'm saying? If she's reacting not positively to the move, you fall back, and then you start the moves over again at a, you know, later down the line, and then you see how she's reacting. So the thing is, on that first date, you should have been kissing her. You should have tried to make that happen.
I know.
You see what I'm saying?
Know. I beat myself up that day when I left. I was like, fuck. I might have fucked this up.
Right,
but
because
then
every time
it was all okay when we were texting each other. Like,
right.
Again, I gave her too much attention, but now it's at a point where we haven't texted each other since last Friday, and I felt like maybe she's not interested in me no more because I'm just like, I didn't seal the deal. I didn't make a move.
And on top of that, and on top of that, you shouldn't have been texting her so much. You should only have been texting her to set the date up. You should have been like, when you first got that number, hey, what's going on? What you doing this day? And then she's like, you know, and be like, hey, let's meet up here. We're going to do this, this, and this, or whatever. You even got to, sometimes you ain't even got to tell a chick what you're going to do. Just be like, yo, meet me here at this time, at this spot. And, and then when you get there, you have the plan to do what you do. Then you do what you do on the date. And when you're on the date, there has to be some sexual tension built up. Meaning, at the end of that date, y'all should be kissing at least. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There should be some kissing. And then, so the thing is that what's going on is that you're taking way too long, or you took way too long to do stuff, and then by taking that long, the girl loses interest. You see what I'm saying? Because she's trying to follow. It's almost like, to an extent, if you think about it, it's almost like, you know, when you're dealing with a girl who's playing games with you, and you're like, yo, why does girl keep playing games? Like, why she, you know, texting me, but she don't show up, or she's supposed to do this. So, in a sense, you as a man, when you're not taking the lead and you're not, you know, managing the situation, it's almost to her, in her perspective, like you're playing games. You feel what I'm saying? Because she's so when you call and say, yo, so what do you want to do? She's like, fuck is this guy talking about what I want to do? Like, why is he playing games? Like, shouldn't he have planned something? You see what I'm saying? And so now she starts to lose interest because you're all over the place. That's what I'm saying. So for the next time, because, you know, you went up, you talked to her, you got information, everything's going good. All you need to make sure that you do, so you don't mess it up the next time, is that when you get a girl's information, set the date. When you're on the date, build the sexual tension. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? And also don't text her a million times a day. You know what I'm saying? Only text her to set the date. And if she does text you, if she hits you up, you say, you know, you like, let's say for example, she hits you up and she's like, hey, how's your day going? You're like, oh yeah, my day's good. By the way, I'm running around doing some things, so I'll see you on Friday. Like, you just cut it off real quick, and then you make sure you see. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you do that same sort of flow and formula, you know, all the time when you're dealing with girls. You see what I mean? Because then that's gonna make everything flow in that direction. And also too, you got to make sure that you are freaking, when you're dealing with her, like, let's say that when you were on that date, you said I wanted to take a walk in a park or whatever it is like that. You understand? There at that point, it has to be where you're flirting heavy and building the sexual tension and getting close to her, kissing her, trying to do all this other stuff, because you have to see how she reacts to that. You have to see if she's going to kiss you or if she's going to fall back. You have to see if she's going to be, you know, playing games with it, or if she's going to really trying to turn it up. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's what you got to get into that part, because you have to know, it's like two things that has to happen. You have to know as soon as possible how this girl's really feeling about you, and on top, and the other thing you have to do is that once it's new, everything is at its heightened state. So all the you know, the feelings that she's having for you is at its heightened state. So you have to basically approach the situation at its heightened state and do the things that you need to do at that point, because you're most likely going to get a good response of her being sexual towards you, kissing you, doing all this other stuff as soon as possible, because the you know, the everything is new, everything is at its peak. You feel what I'm saying? So the longer you wait, the longer you take, it starts to die down. And also too, you got to understand, there's probably other guys hollering. You feel what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying.
Right. So her
she finds out too. So I already know. But the thing is, there's one thing though, because at the end of that first date, I asked her before she left, right? I said, okay, so we both talking right now, right? So if, say you hopped on the bus right now, you going back home, and some dude comes holler at you, but we talking, both of us, we talking. What you gonna tell him? And she said, out of respect for you, for the person I'm talking to, because we talking, I'm gonna tell that dude that approached me, oh, I got a boyfriend, or I'm talking to somebody right now.
Don't do that.
Yes, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. But the thing is, I think I lost it because, you know, she's probably not interested no more because she hasn't texted me like in a week. You know, I haven't hit her up in a week too. So, dude, I don't know.
Don't see, and that's the thing. Earlier, you was talking about, oh, I'm trying to see if, you know, if, because you was like, oh, I want her to be my girl or something. Dude, don't do any of that stuff. Don't ask her about any of that. Yo, you gotta be, look, the thing is, when you're dealing with women, always, right? Mm-hmm. Your vibe has to be of a free motherfucking spirit. Like, you just in the night doing your thing. You understand? Like, she's just part of your thing that you do. You understand? You don't worry about what she's doing on the side. I don't care what you're doing next week, tomorrow. I don't care what you're doing when I'm not with you. That's what you do. You understand? I don't give a fuck. When I'm with you and we chilling, we chilling. So the thing is that that's the thing that makes her gravitate to you, because she wants to be a part of your program. When you start asking her like, oh, if another guy talk to you, blah, 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 you showing that you're all about her. You understand? You're not all about you. See, listen, women are going to want the guy who's all about them. This is why they say women go for the bad boys or the assholes or whatever, because the quote-unquote bad boys or the assholes, they do what they want, while the nice guys are doing what they think they need to do to get the girl to like them. You feel what I'm saying? Or they're running after the girl. So the thing is, yo, listen, all you need to do is do your thing. So with this girl, you get her information, you set up the date. On a date, you build sexual tension, and you try to hook up. That's it. Anything besides that, don't worry about that. Now, if you are interested in this girl a lot to the point where you say, damn, this girl is fine, she's cool, you know, I wouldn't mind her being my girl. All of that's going to happen, her being your girl, is going to happen as a result of you doing everything right in the first place. You understand? So you don't need to worry about asking her about other dudes and, oh, if another guy comes up and blah, blah, blah. And the reason why you don't need to do that and you shouldn't do that is because when you do stuff like that, you turn into all those other dudes. You understand? And so, for example, there's probably 2 or 3 other guys who is trying to talk to her, or probably talking to her, and saying the same exact shit you saying. They're like, girl, you know, if another guy come through, what you gonna do? And you know, what's up with me and you, blah, 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 blah. So there's like 2 or 3 other guys saying the same shit you saying. Now there's gonna be one other guy that's gonna approach her, who's gonna hit her up, who's gonna get her number, or who's gonna give her the number. He's gonna hit her up and say, yo, let's go out, right? They're gonna go out, he's gonna be all up on her, he's gonna start kissing her and all this other stuff. And then he's not gonna call her for like 3 or 4 days. While you and the other 3 niggas is blowing her up, talking about, hey, I thought I was your man. You feel what I'm saying? Now, who you think she gonna be running after? She's gonna run after the guy who's doing his own thing, because he's not sweating her. He has her guessing. He has her wondering if she likes him or not. You understand what I'm saying? Women like to wonder if you're into them. You understand? They gotta wonder. That's the thing that builds that attraction. Them wondering if you're into them or not. So if you're telling a girl, hey, if another guy comes, what are you going to say to him? And blah, 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 blah. You're showing way, way too much interest too soon. And then now that doesn't give her the opportunity to build that attraction to you. You feel what I'm saying?
That's insecurity too, is it?
Wait, say that again?
Is that insecurity too? Because I feel like now if she would have said something like, oh, it's none of my business, her answer would have been like, oh, it's none of my business if some other dude talks to me or whatever. Now I feel like I'm in a competition.
Right, you know? Right, and exactly, that's the thing. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you have the vibe between you and her like that. The vibe literally needs to be, look, I'm doing my thing and you're part of my thing. That's it. The thing that I do. You know what I mean? And so if you're worrying about her with some other dude and worrying about her doing this or worrying about her not calling, all of that stuff is the thing that's going to show her that you're not the type of dude who she wants to be with. Because you gotta understand something, especially if the girl is a really hot chick and other dudes just checking her out trying to holler, right? She's gonna have, most girls have a lot of different options anyway, but if a girl is really hot and she knows she can get the best version of the guy or a guy, she's going to seek out the best. So you got to ask yourself, would a guy who is the best dude or who is the shit be worrying about some girl, like, you know, some other guy talking to to the girl he's dating, or some other guy that's probably gonna get at her, or is he worrying about her not calling him back, for 4 days or a week, or is he scared to kiss her on the date? Is he gonna be a guy who doesn't make plans? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the thing is with the game, and this is why I told you guys about the game, is that your game has to be extremely tight, because when your game is extremely tight and a girl deals with you, she to an extent has no choice but to fuck with you. You understand? Because the thing is, if she doesn't fuck with you, she's gonna have to deal with all the beta males and all the other guys who ain't got shit going on, and who's sweating her, and who's insecure, and who's beta males and all other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, if you approach her as, yo, I'm that dude, and this is what we gonna do, and if you ain't doing that, then kick rocks. You understand? She's not gonna have anything to, you know what I mean? So what I would tell you is this, to wrap it up, is that with this girl now, and you said you have so what was the last thing that happened between you and her? Like you said.
All right, so the last thing that happened between me and her, like last week, I called her, and I was like, you know what? I know, because she works at a fast food Wendy's, right? So she get off at work at like 3 a.m.
Right.
Like almost every fucking day. I'm like, why do you choose these hours? She's just like, yo, I need the money. I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I called her when we were talking on the phone. I was saying like, yo, come on, you gotta make some time for me, because like we haven't been on a second date. We haven't even kissed yet. Like, what's up?
Wait.
And she's the type of,
Wait, did you say that to her? You said you gotta make some time for me?
Like, yeah. Okay,
man.
not really. I ain't say that. But I was like, we gotta make some time for us. Like, we gotta keep this thing moving, because the way we're moving right now is way too damn slow. Huh?
Damn, bro. Dude, yo.
I fucked up, man.
Yo, let me... Yo, let me tell you something.
I'm rusty. Let me
tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Because I came off a relationship like 5 months ago, and I'm rusty as hell.
But let me tell you something, dude. Let me tell you something. This is what's gonna happen in a few months. You know, if you study the game and you step up your game, you're gonna listen to this conversation back. You're gonna listen back to this playback, and you're gonna see exactly what you're doing wrong. But you probably don't see it right now. But I'm trying to explain it to you. You know, you're calling her, you know, and you have that vibe of, oh, we need to make time for us. We need to do this. And, you know, and you know, again, you're not, you have to make the situations about you. You understand? Like they're saying in the chat room, you're acting needy. You feel what I'm saying? You have to make the situations about...
Yeah, I knew that. I already knew I was acting needy, because I saw, like, after she texted me for a week, I knew what was the problem. I was being too needy and too much attention I was giving.
That's what I'm saying. The shit is so simple. It's so simple. You want to see the chick? Hit her up. Say, yo, what are you doing this day? And if she says she's free, okay, we're gonna do something that day. Period. That's it. You ain't gotta call her during that week. You ain't got to check up on her. You ain't got to do nothing. The next time you see her is the day you said you're going to see her. When you see her, you try to smash. That simple. Everything else in between all that, you see what I mean? So it ain't about, oh, we got to... So what do you need to make time for each other for? What are y'all trying... Do you see what I'm saying? There's no time that needs to be made. All that needs to be made is what you're trying to do with your smash. Like, look, I'm trying to hit it. So when are you free? So we can get together and hook up. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, you work 3 o'clock in the morning. Cool. When are you free? Oh, you free Saturday. Cool. Let's get together Saturday and hook up. Easy. That's it. All this other stuff. The thing is, you're making the situation more difficult than it needs to be. You feel what I'm saying? Like the situation is 2 + 2 = 4. You're making it 2x - 3 divided by the square root of 99. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're doing. You're making it so complicated, and it's the thing.
So I see.
Right, and so what you got to understand at the end of the day is this. And this is really what you got to understand. If you're chasing the girl, you're doing it wrong. The girl is supposed to be chasing you. You understand? And so in the whole aspect of what we're talking about. So, and there's a difference between pursuing and chasing. So you can pursue a chick, meaning you text her to say, hey, let's get together, right? That's pursuing. But you don't chase her, meaning you don't call her 3 times during the week because she hasn't called you back. That's chasing. You understand? You say, hey, let's do something, and then she follows. If she doesn't follow, you charge it to the game. You see what I'm saying? Because at this point, you might need to charge it to the game, but you charging her to the game at this point really has to do with the fact that you messed up at the beginning. You see what I'm saying?
I did.
Right. So what I would say, with this girl is, I would say don't call her for at least like 2 weeks. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't text her, don't call her, don't Instagram message her, don't like any of her pictures on Facebook, nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing. Don't call her for like 2 weeks. Now, if she hits you up within those 2 weeks, right? Then you just set a date. So let's say it's been a week, you ain't call her, and she texts you out of the blue, hey, what's up, right? Oh, hey, what's good? Listen, what are you up to this weekend? And then she's like, nothing. Okay, let's meet up. Right? That's it. That's all you say.
Okay, but should I keep it like strictly about sex this time? Because it felt like I really lost the relationship part. Because she probably was messing with another dude, and now she's like,
but this is what I'm saying.
I gotta go back to this dude.
But this is what I'm saying. So, what do you? Okay, answer me this. Why do you want a relationship with this girl?
Okay, so from the beginning when I first met her, because she said, "Oh, most dudes in the city, all they want is sex," and stuff like that. And she texted me also saying like, "Oh, I'm not looking for that, but I'm looking for a relationship." So right there, plan A for me was gone, and I was like, "Fuck." So for me to get in, now I have to get in a relationship with this girl, but I don't mind because she, you know, she's fine as hell, and I like her, you know, her vibe. So I was like, plan B is to get in a relationship with this girl.
Dude, and again, you're following her program, bro. You understand that? You're following her program. You just said that she said all these dudes is trying to holler at her or trying to sleep with her, right? And she said that she's looking for a relationship, yada yada yada, right? That's what she wants. I'm asking you, what do you want? Forget about what she said. What does Tony want? What do you want? You see what I'm saying? What do you want to hit it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my point. So now that you want it, you want to hit it. That is what you're doing. That's your agenda. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter. She's all these guys want to just have sex with me. Oh, that's great. I want to have sex with you too. That's awesome. Anyway, whatever, right? So don't worry about what she's saying. You have to worry about what you want to do. So now that you know what you want to do, now you're going to be able to guide that situation in order for you to do what you want to do. See, her saying that all these guys just want to have sex and that she wants a relationship, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't want to have sex. That's just saying that's what she ultimately wants, right? But the thing is, and this is I'm gonna drop some serious heavy game on you real quick, so that you understand this, right?
Please do, because I don't want to take no more L's, bro.
This is what I'm saying. You gotta take heed to this, right? Because you're saying, well, you know, she says she want a relationship. She says she want this, blah, 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 right? First of all, you don't follow what she says she wants. You follow what you want to do, right? And so if you say, hey, you want to hit it, what you're doing is that you need to call her up, set a date, or set a time for y'all to get together so that you can try to hook up with her, right? So now, let's say you set the date, y'all get together, and y'all hook up, y'all have sex, or y'all making out, y'all have sex, whatever it is, right? Now, as a result of you following as a result of you doing what you want to do and her following your program, meaning your program was to get some sex, right? And she had sex with you because she wanted to have sex with you, and you got what you wanted, right? Now, what's going to happen is that as a result of her following your program, in most cases, she's going to get exactly what she wants, literally by following your program. So what happens is that you get what you want, and she also gets what she wants, because this is what's gonna happen. If you just keep hollering at her and hooking up, y'all go out, y'all take a walk in the park, you go to the mall, y'all hook up some more, y'all chill, y'all go to the movies, y'all hook up some more. What's gonna happen is she's going to say to you, hey, where is this going? Or, you know, I want to be with you, I want to be your girl, right? And that's gonna come as a result of you just hanging out, hooking up with her and smashing and doing other stuff. So now, if at that point you think she's cool enough to be your girl, you make her your girl and she'll have a relationship. See, you doing it the opposite way, right? What you're doing is you're being inauthentic to the situation. You're not being the guy she started to like. Anytime you start flip-flopping and doing things that she wants you to do, you automatically become a different guy. You understand? You're not the guy she was liking. You're some new nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And so now that you're this new guy, she's starting to fall back and starting to lose that attraction to you. This is why she stopped calling you and stopped hitting you up, because now she's getting the feeling that you're basically, you know, doing stuff to try to get her. You're doing things for her. You're doing things, you know, to basically, you know, be in good favor of her. You're not doing things because you want to do it. You see what I'm saying? This is, and this shows where she's looking for someone to follow, because just like when you called her and said, hey, so what do you want to do? She's responding like, yo, I thought you had the plan. You feel what I'm saying? So from the beginning, she was expecting to follow your plan. You see what I'm saying?
I know.
And so that's what I'm saying, yo. That's what I'm saying for future reference, right? You have to always have your agenda and then follow through on your agenda. Now, this does not mean that if you want to have sex with a chick and she doesn't want to have sex with you, I'm not saying you don't ever force yourself on a chick. I'm not talking about that type. You know, you're smart enough to understand that. What I'm saying is, right, you understand what I'm saying?
Nah.
What I'm saying is that if you want to have sex with a girl and smash, and she doesn't want to, or she's not following that program, you charge it to the game. You feel what I'm saying? You keep it moving. So the thing is, a girl who's into you, even if she's saying, oh, I want a relationship, I want to, you know, have a long-term relationship, blah, 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 she will find that through following your program. So she'll be like, yeah, I want something long-term, but I like this guy so much, and I'm attracted to him so much, and I still already want to have sex with him so much that I'm going to do it anyway, because that's what I want to do. I want to have sex with him. But she's having sex with you off of the premise of following your program. So she's giving you what you want anyway, but it only started with you first saying, this is what I want, period. You understand? And then so the thing is, what you messed up on is that you basically said, oh, well, she said she didn't want to just have sex. All these other guys wanted to have sex with her. So I'm going to pretend like I'm not those other guys and try to be boyfriend and girlfriend with her so I can give her what she wants, and then so I can get what I want. So you're doing the whole thing backwards. You understand what I'm saying? You have to do what you need to do to get what you want, and as a result, she will get what she wants on the back end. You see what I'm saying? Because usually, generally, chicks will, you know, certain girls will want a relationship. But a relationship is something that takes time to develop, a long-term relationship. You see what I'm saying? So you can't just come out the blue and say, oh, I'm gonna be your man just because you want me, just because you want a relationship. It don't work that way. Now we got to get to know each other. We got to chill. I got to fill you out, and all of that goes through the process of you actually chilling with her and hooking up and having sex. You see what I'm saying? So even if a girl wants a relationship, she's still gonna have to get it through the application of hooking up. You see what I'm saying? So, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So all I'm saying is, dude, with this girl, don't call her for like I would say 2 or 3 weeks. Like, you understand what I'm saying? If she hits you up, plan a date. If she doesn't hit you up within them 2 or 3 weeks, hit her up one more time, plan a date. If she doesn't come through, if she flakes, charges to the game. If she comes through, hook up. You understand? And then just go through it that way. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
All right, man.
So yeah, I
Thank you, Coach L.
Yo, man, keep me posted, man. Keep me posted. You on this shit? Cause
I will. I'm gonna tell you if she calls back. She probably might call back like probably Sunday or Monday or whatever. But I'm not expecting it.
Yeah, hit
if
me
she
up.
Does, I'm gonna just keep it like you say, hook it up.
Yes, keep it simple, bro. You feel what I mean? But yeah, holla at me next week and let me know how everything goes. All right.
All right, man.
All right, man. I'm holla at you. Peace.
All right, bye.
Later. Man. Whew, that's crazy, B. That's what I'll be trying to tell you guys. You gotta understand this game, bro. You gotta understand this game. I'm telling you, you guys gotta understand this game. Like, he was just following her program heavy. She's like, oh, these guys just want to have sex. And he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna not do that. And she's like, I want a long-term, I want a relationship. Okay, I'm gonna try to. He's like, I gotta call her and see when we could spend some time together. What? Man. Y'all, dude, you gotta understand, man. You gotta understand. So, if you guys want to hook up, you don't have to try to go on 10, 15 dates and slide in there. No, you just let her know you want to hook up. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Hey, man, what's going on, man? It's Nell from South Jersey.
What's popping? What's going on with you?
Hey, man, what's going on, man? I had a question, man. I tagged this young lady on through the DM through Instagram a couple months ago, and we chopped it up or whatever. Kept it short talk. She gave me the number. I felt like she was kind of giving me a runaround, so I kind of left it alone for like a couple months or whatever.
Right.
So last night or whatever, I was like, you know what? I never seen what's up with this particular girl or whatever, so let me see what's up. So of course, she didn't remember who I was, so I kept it short. She got straight to the point. I let her briefly know who I was. So
right.
She was like, oh, you haven't hit me up since December or whatever, about that. So I was like, yeah, whatever. So then, make a long story short, she texted me late last night and was like, what do I want? So then I text her an hour later, like, well, when are you free?
Right.
She texts me this morning. She said for what? So I'm thinking as though she's like saying it with an attitude. Like, what do you mean for what? Like, you're grown, I'm grown. If another man that that I'm interested in, why would you say for what?
Right.
So then, so I'm like, well, I said, you're funny. I was like, chop it up with you or whatever. She texts me back, well, I don't do that. And I said, cracking up, I said, well, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? So then she like, well, don't worry about it, I'm good. So I said, okay, cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my particular question is like, how, in a situation like that, how would you have approached a situation like that when you're trying to set up a situation with a young lady or whatever, and she's asking you all this dumb questions just try to like throw you off.
Right.
When it's obvious when she knows what you're trying to do.
Right. Well, see, the thing is with that, you got to understand that she's already showing signs that she's uncooperative. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just off the bat at just like that. So the thing is, it's almost like in that situation, she was basically probably looking for a dude to give her a lot of attention, to wine and dine her, do a whole bunch of attention whoring type of situations, and she wasn't really trying to be about nothing. Because the thing is, for her to ask that, it's setting up to where either you're gonna tell her, hey, look, I want you to come over so we can smash, or you're gonna set up to where you're gonna be like, oh, I want to like get to know you or blah blah blah. You understand what I'm saying? So either way, what she's looking for is for you to sort of go down that simp road to say, oh yeah, I want to take you out and get to know you, blah blah blah. Now, ain't nothing wrong with telling a girl like, hey, let's get together and get a drink. You feel what I'm saying? Because even if you try to smash, you can say, hey, let's get together, get a drink. And as you're, if you go out and get a drink, and then you can finesse it and try to, get it that night or whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing is, if you really want to smash, and that's all you want to do, and you don't even want to take her out for a drink, you understand? You just let her know, like, if she's like, oh, what you want to see me for? I want to see you because I want to get them drawers off. That's it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, because my first initial thought when she says, what do you want? I was going to text her back, well, I want you.
Right,
right. But you know, I was like, you know what? Let me just say, well, when are you free? You know what I'm saying? And that's when the conversation proceeded the way that it proceeded.
Right.
You know, so I felt like when she's saying that, it just basically she just wanted me to see what I was going to say, and then she was going to decide from there whether she would have been down or not. And
right.
Don't try to go at women like that.
And see that, right? And see, that's the thing. The fact that she's already, you know, coming at it on some for what and what you trying to do, blah blah blah, right? That's just showing that come back. Because the thing is, if a chick is interested and she wants to make something happen, right? She would have just been like, oh yeah, I'm free this day. Let's get together and hang out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then she would have just basically sort of went with what you would have said to do, because like most likely if you'd have called her up or hit her up and said, yo, let's get together, and she'd have been like, cool, I'm free this day, you probably would have been like, all right, cool, meet me at this spot, and then y'all could have got it going. But the fact that she said for what, it almost forces you in a situation where it's like she's basically asking you if you were just trying to have sex. You see what I'm saying? And then so now that within itself puts you on the defensive. It's like, okay, now she's just trying to, you know, be difficult and trying to test me and all this other stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly, because she kind of gave me that vibe the first time around. You know what I was like. I'm just gonna leave her alone. I'm not gonna completely charge into the game, but I'll just probably hit her up a couple months later, and that's what I did last night or whatever. So it's like now it's like, you know what I mean? And then I was like, you know, after she said she was cool or whatever, and then she was like, cool. She texted me back, cool. I was like, yo, you mean laugh out loud? Because I'm just showing her like, you can be hard and try to play that role if you want, but it's not going to throw me off my game. Right. I'm not going to take it to heart the way you're acting. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is with you know, with those chicks, you know, I sort of keep it simple if that's the situation, because like, you know, if she's like, oh, for what? Be like, yeah, let's get together and, you know, get naked or something like that, right? And then so she's like, oh, I'm not down with that and blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, cool, you know, holla at me if you change your mind. That's it. And then you just keep.
And you know what? Moving. And I was thinking, I should have just said that.
Right. You know what I mean? Just be like, yo, this is what I want. Oh, you ain't down for that? Cool. Well, look, holla at me later if you change your mind. That's it. And then you just keep moving, because what you gotta understand too is this about women who really are down and really want to make something happen. They make it so easy. You understand? They make it so like smooth to actually go down. You understand? Like they want to go down. They want to see you. They want to make something happen. So they're in no way trying to make it more difficult than it needs to be. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the only issue, is that a lot of times you have so many women, the fact that they're so insecure, they need guys around to, you know, pump their ego up, to be there and to give them attention.
And that's how I feel like she's coming, because you know, she's a nice looking young lady, very attractive. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the way that she's coming, she's used to these weak dudes coming at her and sipping and all this shit, and I'm not sipping for you. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. I'm gonna get straight to the point and show you what I'm trying to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like she was coming with that vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing. She wasn't, because like, you know, her saying that is basically her showing you the type of chick she is. You feel what I mean? The type of energy she's putting out there. Because if she was cooperating, you understand, then everything would just flow and it will go down. There would have to be no questioning and you know, why and where we gonna go and what we trying to do. You know, like ain't none of that really got to be going down. So if a chick is doing that, she's just already, you know, she's just being on some other ridiculous shit. So I don't even really entertain it a lot of times. Like, because I was even talking about it. I did this video the other day where I was saying that how, you know, you can, you know, you meet a chick, you hit her up, and then you meet another one the next day you hit her up, and then you got another one coming through the next day that you meet or whatever, because it's always going to be a rotation of women that you got to sort of, you know, holler at and then start charging them, because a lot of them are going to be on some nonsense. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I ain't got time to play the game. So look, if you either you down or you not, and if you're not down, I got like 5 other girls I could call up right now. So you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said what I said, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not slanting you. I have other chicks that are chasing me. I'm giving you the opportunity to fuck with me. Exactly.
But you know me, and you missing out trying to be an asshole.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but I got another question, because I live in the South Jersey area, and the closest city is Philly, and the nightlife scene in Philly is not that big, so it's a good chance that I might see her out somewhere. So
right.
in this particular situation, if you seen her out, would you still approach her and act like what happened never even happened?
Yeah. Like, yeah, like if we cross paths, you know, I'd just be like, oh, what's up? How you doing? You know, some regular stuff. But the thing is, I would not mention it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I would always only wait for her to mention it. Meaning, like, let's say if you're talking to her, and let's say you see her and you say, "Oh, hey, what's going on? How you doing?" You know what I mean? And she's like, "Oh, I'm fine." Blah blah blah. And then, you know, be like, "Oh yeah, it's good to see you. But anyway, you know, I'm about to go meet up with my friends. So have a good night." You feel what I'm saying? And you just keep it moving. You understand? And then let's say you see her again the next week out, you know, out and about. You're like, "Oh, what's up? How you doing? What's going on?" And she sees you. "Oh, hey, what's going on?" Blah 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 blah. You talking to her, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, well, you know, good seeing you. Keep it moving." So you never bring the shit up. You don't act like it's, you know, never happened. You don't want to avoid her. You don't want to see her and then run the other way or act like you're trying to ignore her, because then that within itself is showing that it's an issue. Now, if within that time where you just see her and you say, "What's up?" If she brings it up and if she tries to like get with you, then and only then that's when you try to make it happen. You understand? So you don't bring it up. If she brings it up and she tries to make it happen, then you can make it happen. Other than that, you just, you know, keep it like regular. Just keep it business as usual. Keep it cordial, whatever it is. You feel what I'm saying? And that's it.
Because the last time, which, you know, this was a couple months ago after we had our brief interaction the first time or whatever, after I got her number or whatever, well, after she gave me her number, I seen her out at a nightclub, and I was actually walking in, and she was actually walking out, and I was like, "Hey, you know, whatever, this is, you know, Nell Baze from IG, whatever, we chopped it up or whatever." She's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm actually about to, you know, I'm about to actually leave or whatever." I was like, "All right, cool. So, you know, I guess I'll see you around." And I kept it pushing, but I never hit her up. I just feel like if I see her in person again, I just feel like the whole attitude that she was trying to put out, I just feel like it was just for show. I think she seen me in person, she wouldn't act like that in person.
Right? Yeah, she probably wouldn't. And the thing is too, you just got to keep that shit cordial and keep it cool, because also what you want to do is that let's say you out and you see her again, but she's with one of her girlfriends or somebody she know, another chick or whatever, right? And her friend is bad. You might be like, "Oh, hey, what's up, blah blah blah," and then you tell her like, "Yo, introduce me to your girlfriend. Who's this?" Blah blah. You start talking to her girlfriend right in front of her. You see what I'm saying? Like,
exactly, and that's something I would do too.
Right? You see what I mean? So it's like, so that, you know, that within itself, you know what I'm saying? Because as long as you keeping shit cool and you keeping shit cordial, you know, it's not any animosity. And then also, you know, it's showing her that, yo, that ain't none of that getting to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's the funny part, because that time, you know, in those situations, you have girls who will end up like still trying to get at you because they see that you ain't really fazed by the nonsense. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah, because after you know she, you know, shot me down or whatever, said she's cool or whatever, I'm thinking she's going to be like, "Okay, don't text me no more," or whatever, baze. After I said, you know, you mean laugh out loud, because I was playing around with her. Because I already knew I wasn't taking anything what she said to heart. So I'm thinking she's going to be like, you know, "Don't text me or delete my number." She didn't say that. She's just like, "I didn't do shit," or whatever, baze, trying to keep the conversation going. But I just left it, you know, alone, because I just felt like she's one of those girls that just like attention. I'm not giving you any attention. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm trying to get something popping. You know what I mean? So.
Nah, real talk, man. Real talk. Yeah, so just, you know, if you see her again, just keep that shit cordial. Keep it just chill. And, you know, whenever these chicks be on that asking you why and what for, it's just like, okay, you're whack. We're done. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You feel what I mean?
Because I just felt like when a woman says that to me, I just feel like I'm thinking like, should I even proceed to even try to shoot my shot? Because it's like, at the end of the day, we're both grown. You know why I'm asking you.
Right. And like, I feel like when they do ask you that, that's when you know, and you really trying to smash this, be like, "Yo, yeah, I'm trying to smash. What's up?" When you free, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's like, you know, let them know what it is, because the thing is, there's gonna be some girls that's gonna be like, "All right, cool, let's make it happen." But usually, the fact that they asking that is already a sign that they're gonna try to, you know, be like, "Nah," because you know, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like they're just trying to, you know, put you in that situation. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you know, this is what the fuck I want to do. You feel what I mean? And that's it. You know, you understand? So don't be feeling no way. Don't feel like you gotta fucking lie to them and all that. Because me personally, you know, when I be messing with chicks sometimes, it's like I personally want to take, like, go for a drink first, like, especially if it's a chick that I never met, like if it's online or something. I want to see you in person first, fill you out, and then, you know what I mean? So she's saying that what you're trying to do, this is what we're trying to do. But even the fact that she's asking me, I don't like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly, and that's where the direction I was headed to.
Right.
Mind you, like I said, I briefly ran into her, and then I haven't talked to her since then. This was back in the wintertime, so that's why I was like, you know what? Let me reintroduce myself briefly, and then let me get straight to the point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially after she said, what do I want? I'm like, huh?
Right.
What you mean? What don't you acting like I'm bothering you or something? This is the first time I'm hitting you up in like months.
Right.
You know?
Right. You know what you do? Next time a chick say some shit like that, next time if she's like, what do you want? Tell her the most nastiest shit ever. Be like, I want to put my balls right between your eyes.
I was thinking that too. I was definitely thinking that. I was like, you know what? I should just be on some straight asshole shit. She coming at me like that. Right. I should just say some most gruesome shit.
Be like, I want.
And you know what? If it ever happens again, I'm definitely gonna take it there, man.
Be like, I want to dip my dick in some hot chocolate and just slap it across your face, and you know, some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because I just feel like she's one of them chicks that hasn't been humble yet, and I'm one of those ones that will humble her real quick.
Right. Nah, I feel you, bro. But yo, listen, I'm pretty much out of time,
and I appreciate it, man.
Yo, yeah, I appreciate the call, bro. Yeah, man, just, you know, just keep that shit pushing, man, and just be cordial when you see it. You know what I mean?
All right.
All right, man.
Cool. Are you gonna start doing the live shows like every week now?
Yeah, I do it every week. Every week from 3 to 5:30. Every Friday.
On Fridays?
Yeah, Friday from 3 to 5:30.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. All right, man. Thanks, man.
All right, I'm gonna holler at you. Peace.
All right. Peace.
All right, people. That is it, man. We are out of time. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out me on the Dating Advice Hour with Steve the Dean. That's coming up at 6 o'clock. So, yeah, man, we got a lot of people up in here. Oh, we got Steve Dean in the chat room chilling. What's popping, my dude? Yeah, who else we had? We had Dude What 212, Fuller, Vershawn Hawks, 630 Boy, Broham, Darrell, Emmanuel Lopez. Who else we had up in here? Huey Newton, Be As You Will. We got a lot of people up in this place, man. Whiplash was up in the spots. Booker T. Who else we had up in here? Kenwood Drive. Ed J. Jawara King. Anthony. I Do Fi. Do I say your name right? See, I appreciate all you guys up in here, man. But make sure you guys click the link below and get How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day, the hard copy and the ebook. Also, remember, I am going to be having the Mr. Locario 30-minute game sessions starting in August, where you get to call me privately, 30 minutes, ask any questions you want, and we're going to record it, and you get to keep the recording for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So, that is pretty much it, guys. I'm out of here. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Later.